Oh, I love this one. Cryptic Minds, one of us.
So this song straight gives me bowel movements, dude.
All that heavy bass.
Got that low. Whoa, 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 whoa.
It's my favorite
Yeah, I
part
love
about it.
I love this. I like it too.
I
got
put it
another-
against my belly like it's a baby.
I put a subwoofer on my balls.
I don't buy a vibrator. I just play this song at 1.5 speed and just hold a subwoofer to my junk.
Hey, if it gets the job done.
Exactly. Yo, all this new fancy
All right.
art.
What's fancy art?
Oh, on Roll20. I was just popping up on Roll20 for my character sheet and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Got like new fancy background art for the game stuff.
I noticed that. Yeah. That's
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. I'm just going over my notes and making sure I know exactly where we're at. So to recap, since I know it's been a couple of weeks now, and we only did like a session in like a half. Anybody want to do a quick reminder of where we're at? Like, let's go down the line and let's start with Jimbo, and let's let him explain where his what has happened to him thus far. We'll do it kind of quick. You don't need to hit everything. Just like a brief reminder so we know where Jimbo's at.
So I was in a county lockup, and I got jumped by some skinheads. I have their names, and then I got out and was taken to Boone, who sorry, I can't remember the name.
It's Archangel.
Yeah. So I was taking ARC. He fixed me up moderately well. I still got some scrapes. I'm still not feeling the best, but he fixed me up pretty good. And then jumped in my car and we went down to the protest in Long Beach because my friend Gabrielle Cross has been tangled up in a police operation where they're arresting reporters, and she likes to be in the thick of it. Yep, that's her. Last thing I remember is that, and then we also heard about someone's girlfriend or friend or dealer or something like that basically got exploded and smeared across the wall, and everybody else decided to go check out that stuff. I slowly cruised my vehicle down to get in front of the police or near the police station so I could start watching it.
Well, to be clear, actually, I think your character is currently unaware of the person who got smeared against the wall. That happened over to Dante, or I should say Complex and
Right, but I thought I thought we were all talking about it in the car, like right before they all left, they were all talking about it.
No, they were in their
weren't in that
apartment in
scene.
their first scene.
Oh, okay. I thought they were.
Yeah,
in
you
my
were
car.
actually currently with Fuse, which is Hawk, and with Donovan Arc, which is Archangel / Spoon.
Okay. See, I
But
thought it was.
you haven't even met Dez and Complex yet.
Well, but I thought it was. Never mind. I was just
That's,
confused.
I mean,
thought
that's
it was
the point of
Hawk's-
this.
Yeah, I thought it was Hawk's friend that got smeared on the wall. Never mind. Okay.
I don't have friends. I lost them all.
How many followers do you have on Instagram?
Octavio Hackett will perish for making me lose my friends.
Fucking nerd.
Every single time.
All right. So yeah, Jimbo's going to check out the riot. He is currently with Daphne Farrow, his girlfriend. Do we have the normal picture of Daphne?
Not the nude one?
Oh yeah, we have this one. I wonder if it shows either side. Let's see.
Pardon me?
Hey, give me my girlfriend back.
No,
Didn't
she's
it
dead.
Pop
My
into
penis is
the-
in my hands. You've
Hey,
ruined
she's my
it.
girlfriend now.
Stalled it.
Does it show that one? Hold on.
It did
showed
briefly.
For a split second, it showed one.
Yoink, free titties.
Is that her? She's cooler than I expected.
She's like a
Yeah,
ninja.
that's her action pose. But anyways, I'm gonna just throw this out here real quick.
Kind of a little too cool. I feel
Let me.
Intimidated?
de-escalated. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no! How do I get this
Emasculated?
thing off of my screen? Okay, hold on. There we go. Okay, so turn it off. Gotcha. Anyways, you can look at the other side. This is what Daphne Pharaohs looks like, not in combat mode.
Is that the one that's supposed to be in a coma? I'm confused.
Oh, she is not in a coma.
No, okay.
Likes to get into my car, and we like to cover every horizontal surface with butt cheeks and sex.
All right, nerd.
Very
Shut
nice.
up.
All right, I'm ready to go ahead and start my summary now.
All right, yeah, go for it. Pick up where Jimbo left off.
I died, and I'm gonna have to leave. Bye. No.
Good one. Good one.
So I'm not gonna go into the baseline detail of where my character started out at, because I'm gonna explain that millions of times in this campaign.
Sure.
Get wrecked, nerds. So I was currently with my gal friend, Haruna, and her good friend Kyong, and we're gonna go take care of crows. And we went and took care of crows. And she also had this like little punk looking, little baby looking boyfriend or whatever. I don't know. He's kind of a beta, so he kind of tagged along. And then now that we have tended to the crows, we are heading towards the I guess there's like police precinct, or like the like that police area where the current like riots and stuff is happening, and also in the same direction that Jimbo was headed sometime before us.
And that's Kyung.
Oh. That's
All right.
Kyung
That's-
is Spoon's girlfriend, right?
Yeah,
Archangel. Okay.
yeah, friend. Not romantically involved yet. At
Friend?
Least
I'm gonna put friend in
There you go. Yeah,
quotation.
you gotta friend zone him instead. Or no, actually, it's the other way around. He's friend zoning her.
Queef, more like it, right? Yeah.
Oof.
Oh boy. Okay. At any rate, all right. Spoon, you want to throw anything in here too? Because you were kind of going at the same time.
Other than basically, I made a phone call to Kyung and did a basic medical examination that Haruna would now be aware of. That's about it.
All right. Yep. You guys are currently down there by the downtown area, taking care of crows, and you're about to head up to the protests complex. And Des.
You want to know what the non-nerd half of the party is doing?
Being
All right.
nerds.
So, Shorty's dead. He's smeared all over the place.
Yep.
We went. He lost his head. We went to try and search his apartment, and we found a wall safe, or I should say, Complex found a wall safe. We opened up the wall safe, and I think it had just like a leaf or like a plant or something in a plastic
set
bag.
of green leaves in a plastic bag with water, with wet napkins at the bottom.
That's right, with wet napkins. And so also included in there was a burnt, looked like ID card. I know we were able to kind of figure out, I think, who it was.
Deduce it? The name means nothing to us.
Right, it means
We figured
nothing
out
to
it's
us, but,
Gabriel's Cross's press card, but it means nothing to us.
Right. And so there was supposed to be, I think, a kilo of cocaine in there.
He didn't say
No.
a kilo of cocaine.
Oh.
He said a value of stuff.
I'm sorry. It
in
was
there.
there was
There's
supposed to be a
$3,000 worth of what
Worth
he
of
called
stuff.
gear. It
there.
was
That's
heroin.
Right, that's right. Yep. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Cocaine does not exist. There's only synth coke.
Right.
Yeah, that's what
No,
I understood. It was like there's
changed-
3,000.
Yeah, it's because I changed computers and some of my notes didn't get passed over.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's, and so the last bit is after that, and we're gonna get to the bottom of this and figure it out. We got a phone call from
V?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we have to go track down
Lacey, who lives
Lacey.
in the tenement with us.
right who is at the protest.
Yes.
And just a reminder, here is Z.
Yummy.
V?
There's Astrid Hennitz.
Astrid,
Yeah.
who we do not know the current status of.
No,
so
but she's
MIA.
probably not doing great. But we're pretty
Spartan.
sure. So worth noting, we did see a
Oh yeah, the
Asian
Japanese
or
guy.
presumably Japanese man dressed in all white stepping out of the elevator when we were stepping into it to head up
Yeah.
to the appropriate floor. There was a brief phone call with Z, right? And we heard
Yeah.
some man like screaming Japanese.
Not Z. Not Z.
Not
the brief
Z,
phone
I'm
call was
sorry.
back with
The-
Astrid. Astrid
Yes,
called back
Astrid. The fucking
and Astrid we heard some Japanese guy yell at
druggie of
her.
an ex-girlfriend. Yeah.
All right, listen, man, you don't need to be that hard on her. Some people have hard lives, all right? Chill the fuck out.
He's gonna have
I'll
something else
appreciate
hard
it
soon.
if you stop. Jesus, god damn it! Acting like you haven't done some shady shit in your life.
No,
I
I have
haven't.
a permanent stat
Look,
loss
man.
from my drug addiction.
Seriously, dude. Anyway, yeah, we
But
heard
yes,
some.
that's where we are.
That's where we are. We don't know if Astrid's dead or alive right now, but at the moment, we're gonna go find a person that we're pretty sure is alive because Z said, "Hey, go take care of this chick. She lives in the apartment with us. It would suck if something bad happened to her, so we're gonna go downtown and go find her."
Okay. Hang on, I did something and now it's fucking.
It rolled back like whatever
going on here?
small amount of time.
Yes, I would like to open this. Yes, open. Let me see. What is X opening in the back?
It's opening
Yeah.
up some
I don't know what started that. That's odd. Okay.
some vampire thing, whatever. It's probably the plugin for the.
That's the- yeah, it's the plugin
soundboard,
for the
yeah.
sound-
It
Soundboard.
is. Yeah, it's absolutely a soundboard plugin. I just always hit open because I know it's not gonna hurt anything anyway. Wow.
Oh hey, that's Lacey.
Yeah, let me
Mhm.
change the name of that thing.
She
To
looks
be
kind of
honest,
like Hey, she's like 16. I need you to stop.
I'll be honest. The best looking one was the like little, like I guess she was like light caramel. She was the cutie of all those.
You need
I
to
think the
stop.
word
That's
you're
my
looking for is
girlfriend.
postpone, Dante.
We're like,
Spoon, I'm
postponed.
gonna need you to check yourself for a second here.
So I went to
because,
Louisiana,
I'm a
I
I don't
doctor. I'm
understand his
fine.
words to get in front of me.
and let me tell you, there's some real cuties in Louisiana.
I'm not surprised.
Why does it still say that? Oh, okay. Never mind. Hold on. Here we go.
And
You
I'll
missed the
say it
names.
this way: they don't look like me. You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah, I mean, nope. Still says Astrid on her.
It's not even showing on me.
It's probably just not loading for you. It still says Astrid for me though.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever. That's Lacey Burnett.
Doesn't matter. You just say the name.
I'm just gonna fucking delete that icon. Okay. I'll make another one at some point. It's not that important right now. Anyways, Zorita asked you to go and check up on her as she was going to head on down to. She was going down to the protest.
Yeah, and since we've got the fucking leather necks or whatever. The dudes that are a bunch of white nationalists heading down there. and
Panzer
then you've
Division.
got-
Panzer Division.
Panzer Division. Yeah, those guys. I didn't write down their name. There I did write it down. Why didn't I see that before?
You're dumb.
But yes, there's a bunch of Panzer Division goons that were also heading down to the protest.
Why did they call themselves the Panzer Division? The Panzer Division lost. What is
Well,
their obsession with losers?
The South will rise
I mean-
again.
I mean, that's kind of the whole ideology, right? Just fucking loser worship.
Fucking losers. Maybe something cool like the Panthers.
They're not
Those
losers.
guys
They're playing the
won.
long game.
Look, Dante, they just listened too much to Sabaton. They were the Panzer elite, born to compete.
And lose. Lose to a bunch of P-51s, man. Why don't you call yourself the Mustangs? Those are fucking cool. Those things win.
Because that's like a hot rod gang, guaranteed.
Probably some Mustangs out there that's gonna sue them if they start using that name.
All right. So now that we're all like up here, let's get over to Jimbo real quick. Jimbo, you start making your way up to the protests, and you guys are getting close to the point where the streets are being choked by people like heading to the protest. You see people with signs and stuff like that, and there are a few people like with masks. You can tell from the ambient light in the distance that there is a heavy police presence. Obviously, it's a police precinct, so there's going to be a lot of police presence there. But They've basically spared none of their police vehicles to like basically be shining at the crowd.
Okay.
As you guys get close, Daphne looks over and says, "Hey, we're gonna have to park this somewhere.
Yeah.
We're not gonna be able to get any closer."
I'm gonna go ahead and roll up my perception for the scene.
Okay, yeah, please do. You rolled a 50. Very nice.
Brother,
Oh yeah.
right on.
That's gonna be a 14.
All right, cool. Put it on
And
your
then
little doohickey.
yeah, and then the other thing I was gonna ask is I'd like to roll a human perception check, or I guess maybe that combined with like a history, like how riled up are these people about past injustices with the police? Like, is I guess
That would be local knowledge, I think is the name of the skill.
okay. Is this Black Lives Matters protests before Charleston or after Charleston kind of question? Does that make sense?
Yeah, go ahead and roll what is it called, guys? Knowledge local or something?
I'm scanning it now. Local
It's gonna
expert,
be yeah, local expert. That's probably it.
and then your
Alright.
home or whatever the.
Yeah,
like-
because you guys are all
okay.
from Long Beach, so it applies to this area.
So it'd be an
I would actually say that it's valid all throughout the LA basin. But anything that pertains to where you guys currently live will be lower DC than like something that's going on in like Montebello, which is like East County.
Okay. So I don't have anything in that, so it's just plus my intelligence, which is 6. So I rolled a 9.
Roll a 9. Okay, baseline. You're not really sure how riled up the crowd is going to be, but it's not often that people grab journalists.
Okay.
This is generally a pretty bad sign when they're fucking nicking journalists off the street. Because
Sure.
at this point, you got to realize also most of these journalists are corporates, right? To some
Right.
degree. So
they're as much property as they are people.
they're somewhat of a protected class, because there's a major corporation, something like Sinclair, or Fox. Well, Fox is Sinclair, I think. But there's stuff like
Disney.
that behind some of them. Yeah.
Okay.
They might be working for Disney if they're coming out of Anaheim.
Yeah, and then I'll go ahead and try to find a place to out of the way, so that if shit goes bad, my car doesn't get flipped and torched.
Okay. There's
And park the car, set the alarm.
Okay. There's a 2-story parking garage that you can go in. It would probably be the safest place rather than
Okay.
parking on the street. But if you take about 10 to 15 minutes, you can find a place on the street to park the car.
I'm gonna go ahead and park it in the garage, set the alarm.
Okay. You see a guy, looks like a teenager, maybe like in late teens, manning the post. As you drive in, he hands you a ticket, and you see at least there's cameras and shit here, and there's some semblance of security. Someone will call the cops if they're trying to steal your car. It's a better
Okay.
idea than leaving it on the street in general. You park, and Daphne gets out of the car. She says, "Yeah, let's get down there." And you see Casey pulls in behind you.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna start following them. Generally, just with the crowd and that general movement towards the precinct and the protest.
Okay.
I am gonna make sure that my jacket stays. Like, I am packing.
Okay.
It's not a concealable weapon. Like, and this is something I guess we should have probably done it before the game started. It's the very heavy pistol.
Okay.
But instead of it being like a fucking cannon, it's just like a 357 Magnum or something like that kind of weapon. Like, you can hide it, but you have to be deliberate with it.
Is it a revolver? Or is it magazine fed? It's your choice. Obviously,
I'll
a
go-
revolver limits the shots, but
Yeah, I'll go. You know what? For the sake of making it easier to conceal, I'll go revolver. And instead of it being an 8-shot weapon, I'll drop it down to a 6-shot weapon.
it's up to you.
Still a very
yeah.
heavy pistol.
Okay.
But I'm gonna put it in my shoulder, the sling that I've got that fits under my armpit. Make sure my jacket stays shut. I ain't going anywhere without old Betsy.
Okay. You know that Daphne and Turner both carry like
Right.
all the time.
Yeah, 2A to the teeth, motherfucker.
Yep. So you see Turner when she gets out of her car. Daphne is like jogging up to her. Turner checks her piece, makes sure it's ready to rock and roll, and you see her put it in a holster in her jacket. It's a medium pistol.
Okay.
Daphne, of course, has a configuration on her back that is a like a belt holster across her back. That the combination for her combat knife.
Right.
She is not currently hiding it, so it's up
Okay.
to you if you want to say something about that. But she's basically showing the world that she's got a fucking weapon.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at Daphne and be like, like I get it. You want to take your blade with you, but sweetheart, those cops are on edge already. Let's not give them an excuse to drill one in your dome for the sake of self-protection.
She gives you a nod, runs to the back of or jogs to the back of your vehicle and takes out a longer coat, I should say.
Okay.
Once she's got it squared away, she puts her other like smaller jacket in the trunk, and she says, "Are you good to go?"
I'm good to
Looking at
go.
you.
And I'm gonna
She
give her a
nods.
slight kiss on the cheek.
Okay. She looks back at you and she says, "You sure your wounds aren't? Or how are you feeling?"
It hurts, sweetheart, but I've seen worse days. Seen better, but seen worse.
Can you jog?
I can jog. Let's go.
All right, let's get down there. The three of you jog towards the crowd, and you can hear the like din, the sound of people like shouting on a megaphone, drums in the street, and you can see people of like various ages with signs as you like come to the back of the crowd. Turner looks like she's really familiar with being able to like navigate crowds, and she just sort of like slinks in between people and starts to disappear. Daphne
Okay.
says, "Let's go," and she reaches back and takes your hand, or
Okay.
at least offers hers.
Yeah, I'm gonna take her hand in mine and in the best way I can try to impersonate what Casey was doing.
Okay.
Make my way
Yep.
through the crowd.
Daphne is a little bit easier to follow because you know that Daphne is like an expert at making her edges hard. And you see like people that are bigger than her getting like basically like elbowed out of the way. They look
Right.
kind of pissed off, but she's like not sparing any time, not wanting to lose Turner.
Okay.
You're starting to get up towards the middle of the crowd, and you can see like the building and stuff around. You can see a line of riot cops dressed in like body armor, head to toe, transparent riot shields. Behind them stand a line of guys with like submachine guns that are like kind of watching the crowd. You can see what looks like military vehicles, like newer versions of like MRAPs, also around the vicinity. And
Okay.
you can tell that there's a bunch of cops just waiting for a reason to use tear gas. There's one guy that's sitting there, and he's like, one of the cops is talking to another cop. He's got his visor up, and he's just like sitting there basically stroking his fucking canister shot, the gas launcher.
Oh my god.
Does it have Neotech? For no reason?
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's got a Neotech on top. It's actually got
Okay.
a loophole times 12 scope on it.
Okay. So I'm gonna. So I'm in the crowd, right? Like up near the
Yeah,
front.
you're
I'm
deep
gonna
in the crowd.
I'm gonna start using some of my streetwise. I'm gonna start looking at the people next to me. And it's like, look at all these people. Look at the way these cops are. Look at how they're armed. Do you think that we're the criminals and they're here to serve us, right? Serve us. And I, start making that a chant. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll my streetwise.
Okay.
Boom! Explodes. Roll the second one. Oh, double explosion.
That's very nice. All right, so with
Oh.
that 20, you know that that's absolutely factually wrong, what you just said. The police no longer serve the taxpayer in this time. This is a corporate feudalist state, and they really only serve corporations. So if you worked for like Pennzoil or something, of course they would serve you, but you're just the lowly proletariat.
I'm just trying to
roll
get
another
the crowd. Yeah, I rolled 2 10s.
Yeah,
There's 3 in the.
What's up?
Or did
It
you
can't
just pick it up and
explode.
set it down?
No,
I
it
just
can't.
can't
It can't
explode
explode more
more
than
than
that.
No. I'm just seeing if he rolled 3 in a row like
I
that.
picked it up and set it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, hold on. Before we go, can I understand a game mechanic?
Sure.
He exploded twice, so does that mean he gets a?
20 total is the max you can.
Does that
roll.
mean he gets an IP for that skill?
Oh yeah, actually. Yeah, you get 1 free IP towards your streetwise.
Is it double explode or is it single explode? It's double, right?
Single explode.
Oh,
It just
Single
has to
explode.
single explode. Yeah, it means that he's
So-
made some sort of like success. You do, however, know enough to get the crowd riled up by the fact that these are truly just the guard of the elite, and you start a chant basically about like how they don't indeed serve us.
Okay. Yeah, that's the point. Is it's this idea that it's like, hey, assholes.
Yeah, you manage to like
'Cause I don't
stoke
like
the hatred
authority.
of yeah. You
Fuck the
you
man.
manage to stoke the hatred of the cops and the people around you.
Okay.
You get a little chant going, and you can see people pissed off.
Fuck yeah.
Quickly, you're kind of like pulled from that area as Daphne seems to be following Turner, and it looks like you're going towards the probably the southeastern side of the precinct.
Okay.
And it looks like Turner is trying to head around the
back?
around to the side, to the back.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
Pretty
gonna
soon
keep
you find
following
yourself.
hoping that the crowd kind of keeps the cops' attention. You know,
Oh yeah, the cops are definitely preoccupied. In fact, by the time you break out of the side of the main part of the crowd, you can tell that like shit's starting to get thrown back and forth. It's now
yeah.
about sundown.
they're throwing
and
rocks and bottles, motherfuckers.
you estimate that there's probably something like maybe 1,000 people out here protesting. For an impromptu thing, that's actually pretty good for the local area.
Okay.
And I mean, it's also hard to tell from within the crowd. But anyways, you manage to skirt your way around the side and head down one of the streets off to the side.
Okay.
As you pass by, you can see like a bunch of lights for essentially commercials for a cybernetic boutique across the street, just on the eastern side of the precinct. And you can see that there's still security on the inside as you start to move around the fleet yard, where they keep all of the police cruisers and AVs and shit.
Okay.
There's still people in there, and of course, what police precinct wouldn't be complete without a patrolling cyberhound.
Sure. Gruff the dog.
You see the police cyberhound like walking around in the fleet area. Turner heads up the street to a gate, and Daphne lets go of your hand now that you guys are through the crowd.
Okay. And she's going up to the gate for the fleet yard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give her the psst, hey, stop, without it being like super obvious that I'm not shouting hey you, and it's like,
Yeah.
Hey, what's your plan here? You want to share with me?
Turner stops.
Yeah.
She turns back and she says, she stops before you and Daphne. She says, I want to see if like maybe there's a side entrance or some other way in. They've got to have somewhere to bring people in by car, obviously, rather than just going through up the front steps.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna
If
say,
it looks like something we can pull off, we might want to get in there and grab some, or get in there and see if we can find Gabrielle.
and then I'm gonna point at the Cyberhound, and it's like, yeah, well, we've got to do this either fast and dirty or slow and sneaky, and I'd like to kind of know what your thoughts are on it, because I don't know my way around this precinct building.
Well, I mean, we have to look at the place before we start making plans first. We have to know what we're up against. She says, "I'm going to go see what kind of lock is on the gate to the fleet yard." And as she kind of looks back, she says, "It looks like there's a side entrance around there, east side of the wall." She kind of like, without pointing, like nods a little bit with her head.
Okay.
You look over and you see what she's kind of pointing out. Set of small steps go up into the precinct, and you can see that there's like
the side entrance to go into the precinct from the vehicle yard. Gotcha.
Yep. And then there's also a what looks like a ramp that goes into an underground garage below the precinct.
Okay. Next to that door, does it look like there's any apparent security devices, keypads, key card readers, cameras?
Yeah, and there's also a camera. There's a camera,
the...
and then there's some sort of like electric locking mechanism on the door.
Okay. Is that camera pointed mainly down, like to record people going in and out of the building, or is it kind of
it's
down?
It's
and
mostly
out
down. Yeah, like the one by the door is to see people that are going in and out of the vehicle.
Okay. Okay.
With the vehicle. I'm sorry, the precinct. Looking around the yard, you see Daphne is pointing out some of the cameras around the yard. She says, "Turner, this isn't looking good."
Yeah, I'm getting the heebie-jeebies on this one, Turner. Our mamas would not be proud if we got arrested out here.
Daphne looks back and says, "Turner, let's go. Cross the street. Come on," she says to you. As you look kind of that direction, you see a set of headlights coming up and what looks like a van.
Okay.
As you like cross the street towards the cybernetics boutique, you see you hear Daphne go "fuck" as she steps in a puddle, and it splashes on her boots. You look over at her real quick and back, and you see that it's what looks like a police van that is meant for carrying like prisoners.
A prisoner transport.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not like a big one, but kind of like a van, you know.
Okay.
And you see it pulls up to the gate. The gate automatically seems to open for the vehicle, and the like black police van rolls onto the lot. You see Turner look at Turner looks at you and Daphne, and she goes, "Well, that would have been nice to have been able to get into." Fuck.
Yeah. And I said, "Well, I'm going to do the next best thing, and I'm going to interface with my using the drone link and my neural link.
Okay.
I'm going to interface with my car and have it drive over to my position and wait just out of sight. And if I see that black van try to exit, I'm going to pull it up to the entrance, the gate that it just drove through, and then cause it to blow its radiator." Like blow some steam or something like that out of it. Change the fuel mixture so it starts belching some black smoke. Make it look like it's broke down.
Okay, so you're driving it up. That's going to take a little bit of time.
Right, but I imagine we've got a little bit of time as that van's just not going to go in and immediately out again. Like it's not like we've gone that far, you know.
Right. Yeah, you see the van, like the gate closes behind the van, and the van like pulls down into the ramp, like going down into the lower garage.
Okay.
Hawk and Arc and Fuse.
Offended?
You guys have made your way back up to the back of the crowd, and by the time you get there, it's sundown, and there seems to be like definitely some police violence going on, like brutality, honestly. You can see a group of cybed out, like white guys that are exchanging, hostilities with another group of guys that are dressed like fucking firefighters. LBC is a weird fucking place sometimes. The cops just seem to be amusedly watching as the two gangs are like sort of beefing at the protest. You can hear the cops actually like agitating between the two groups, hilariously. Kyung and Haruna start looking for people who've been injured, and you can see that they're like people that have like cuts on their head from broken bottles and shit like that. You know that, well, anytime now, some violence could break out, as now there are two groups agitating one another and the cops helping. Eventually, this has to end some way, and, well, protests often end violent these days. Kyung goes and starts, like, basically, like, tending to some of the wounded protesters.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if I'm supposed
Sorry,
to...
I'm sorry. No, hold on. I'm looking through something real quick.
I immediately grab my screwdriver and stab the first gang member I find. I'm going for the jugular, so it's a called shot.
Okay. All right, so you guys are there for a little while, like at the protest, like just everything's going pretty good until eventually it reaches about, like, I don't know, 10 o'clock. Right around 10, the police, or I should say about 9:30, the police decide it's time for this to shenanigans to be over, and they say as much over the megaphones that it's time for everyone to go home. And you see them with a tear gas launcher begin launching canisters of tear gas into the protesters, like no arc, hitting some people who were fortunate enough to bring shields, like seasoned protesters. And an all-out fight starts between the group of sibed-out white guys and the cops and the firemen. The crowd starts to scream, and people start like moving in panicked fashion, like rushing back. And you guys are very quickly like overrun at your position where you guys are like essentially triaging. And you're starting to see like people being like carried. And that's about the time you hear the first like gunshots. At this point, the protest crowd is in wild panic, and you can see Civil Air Patrol like vehicles, AVs, flying overhead, and down one of the streets, like a little ways away from you in an alley, you watch as 4 armored police soldiers descend on basically lines that are attached to the back of their armor, and they're like quick deployed, essentially quick roping down into the alley, and you can hear what sounds like a gunfight. A couple of people like in the area are like dazed from the smoke and messed up. Kyung is trying to currently help one of them up to like get them out of there. It's definitely time to move as the cops are pushing you guys.
Are there are there bullets like coming over our head, or is it just like it's over like
you're not
in that
sure
alley
where the
area?
shooting's happening, but it's not, you're not hearing like a crack of fire over your head, but you are hearing gunshots every now and then.
Okay.
I'd like to make a tactics check to see if I could make a sensible, very quick, thought-out plan to minimize exposure to anything that could be potentially considered a threat to myself, the wounded, and obviously Kyung and anyone else doing first aid.
Sure. Is tactics is skill?
Yeah. I have 4 points in
I'm
it.
gonna do a perception roll to see if I can find hard cover just in case we need to move like patients out of this area into something shieldable.
In before 1.
What'd you roll? Double 10.
That's 20, baby. All right.
What was that on?
Perception. Can I
All right,
keep rolling?
No. You only re-roll once, and you take an IP for rolling the 10.
Let's see, 20.
IP for perception.
All right.
17 on tactics.
17. Okay.
29 on perception.
You Jesus. And what were you looking for, Hawk?
I'm looking
Oh,
for
that's right, hardcover,
suitable
like
hardcover for the patients.
Okay.
1 IP
You know
to your
that
perception
moving
there,
them is
Hawk.
probably your best option, but you
I got
have
it.
one. Hawk, you have a route that'll get you guys out of there, like for exfil, with people, and keep them in the most cover in case there is actually direct fire that's directed towards the crowds. Police don't typically try and massacre, like, well, it's frowned upon. I mean, you're the rubes that like corporations get money from.
Only if they get paid well. Do they murder the
So that-
masses?
Real quick, IP points.
Sure.
Is that an immediate skill point up?
No,
Like,
no, no. It's
level
an
4 to level
experience
5?
point.
It is
no, no,
a
no. All right,
discount
so-
for the skill up to a point where you basically have a minimum of
I think
1 to
The
purchase it.
confusion is first he doesn't know how IP actually works for buying a skill.
Sure,
So
let me
first
explain that real
you
quick.
Yeah, so let him explain that first.
All right, so if you look at your character sheet here and you see your education is 2.
Yeah.
The way that you buy that up to a 3 is that you pay the next level's cost in IP points. So you'll need to pay 3 points, and that'll raise your education to a 3.
Gotcha.
Similarly, handgun, if you want to go to a 6 from 5,
I'd
you're
have
gonna
to
pay
get 6 IP
6
points.
Right.
Yeah.
So now what that does is when you rolled your 10 in Streetwise, you now have a free point that goes only into Streetwise. Eventually, you'll have, like, what is your Streetwise?
It's a 4 right
Streetwise
now.
4. Eventually, you'll have three Streetwise, and it'll only cost you 1 actual experience point or improvement point that I give you generally from the end of sessions.
Yeah.
You guys should have 2 right now.
Right.
But no skill can be given for free. Everything will always cost 1 point at the very least.
Gotcha.
So this is just a little like a bonus for making a good
Using the
roll.
skills.
Yeah.
using
It's
the
showing,
skills and
like-
getting good rolls.
Yeah, it's showing like progressive advancement in the skill because you're having like these breakthroughs, you know.
So like if
Cool,
you
cool,
look at
cool,
my
cool,
character sheet right now, or the green boy, I'm marking my stat line as my generated IP from 10s. So
Yeah,
like
It's not
right
a
here,
bad idea, actually.
I've gotten my first in perception.
Yeah.
So I need 3. So when I hit 2, I will spend 1 improvement point, and then perception becomes 3.
Exactly.
I see.
Super cool.
So
Exactly.
Okay, I see.
It's
I
a
see, I
discount
see.
to help you get points
And
in
Right.
like certain skills. Like,
Because your
So-
roll abilities
easier.
are complex, right? Okay, so
absurdly
yeah,
absurdly
there's six
expensive.
times the new level, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to take a long time because typically I give out about 3 to 4 per session. That's just, I feel that keeps everything going at about the pace that I like it to go for improvement, and then you'll get whatever you roll as like a bonus, you know.
So
I might
as-
give experience also. I've said this before. If you make like a breakthrough and like figure something out about the plot before I have to like spell it out, or if you do something really cool, have a really good idea, I'll give you some bonus experience there where it's just general, can be used on anything experience.
grab my
or
cock
improvement
and
points.
rip it off to prove that I'm
Right.
feminine.
So if I already had, say, 2 points in Streetwise, like I just got that second point just now, I could spend the other 2 improvement points, or 3 improvement points, and now I'd be Streetwise level 5. It's I have to, the total number
Yeah.
of improvement points has to be equal to the level in which I want to take it.
Yeah, and you can
Okay.
use general IP as well. So like if you wanted to just raise it cheaper, like what you just said, you can
Yeah.
do that. That's fine.
Like I could dump those 2 points right into Streetwise, and I'd be at 3 improvement points.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks for
Gotta make-
ruining it, Sid. God,
Eat a dick, Hawk.
don't tempt me.
So Hawk or Fuse, I should say, on the 20 whatever the fuck you just rolled, you have basically a path that will keep the people that you've like triaged like completely out of direct fire for the purposes of the scene. They just have to like basically keep low and follow the route that you like show them to. Spoon, as you roll your tactics roll, you find a way to like essentially mix in the wounded with like the people who are like not wounded, and get like people to like help them along the path. And also you find like some other alleyways to like shuffle people through so that no like large group of people gets corralled together, you know. Cops like to corral people and push them, and if people are out like all beyond their lines, then there's not a whole lot they can do. Help most people get away. You guys start pushing your way back towards where you guys met up with Jimbo as the cops continue to push. And Kyung says, "Oh, Ark, do you think the police are going to try and push them down to 7th Street?" Haruna says, "Why would they do that?" Kyung says, "Well, they usually try and corral like the main force of like protesters down to some areas so that they can like, well, tear gas the shit out of them and beat on them. If that takes them down in that area, that's going to push Panzer Division and the Kajinin like towards all of those crows." Haruna, like, you see her eyes get a bit wide, and she says, "We need to try and get those people out of here." She says, "Akoi, help me."
Right, I'm gonna go over.
With my tactics check, does that seem like a sensible assumption?
Yes, with your tactics check, that's exactly what you would do if you wanted to maximize brutality as a police officer.
Okay.
which is the point in many cases for them.
Mm-hmm.
They got to get their jollies, you know?
My character would likely respond, "Well, they don't seem to be pulling any punches today. That seems like be where they're going."
And yeah, judging by the canisters that are now landing by you guys, and they're trying to like cut off alleyways and shit like that, it does seem that they're using the IDF's tactics of corralling the protesters down to wherever they want the violence to truly happen. This is where the protesters who are not the faint of heart will be like probably setting fires tonight. And of course it makes sense in downtown since nobody has any like real interest there, and that's where this poor fucking squalid fucking pieces of shit live, you know? You guys follow along with the crowd and are like helping people out where you can, and you guys kind of get back down to the docks. You can see, or not the docks, I'm sorry, the water's edge in the city street, and you can see some of the crows still around. Some of them have sort of like wandered out of the area. You see the big lit up shrine down there that kind of acts as a collection point for the crows. 1 second, I'm taking a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Milk, please.
You get down there and you see what looks like, I guess I could probably best describe them as Mormons hanging around the crows, and it looks like they're coming through and like, well, one of them is putting one of the crows into a unmarked white van. Now, these aren't Mormons, per se. I'm just saying they're wearing white shirts, tie, and slacks, nice shoes. And you see one of them put one of the crows into a white van. Haruna says, "What the hell?" Kyung says, "The Immaculate Order. What are they doing down here?"
Oh, these are those nut radical people, right? The ones that are like purity of like body and mind and all that.
Anti-side.
That's it. I'm running over. I'm gonna start. Whoa! What are y'all doing?
You see, one of the guys turns to you.
How many are there? Let's be smart here.
It looks like probably 3 of them in the area that you can see. There might be more like in the alleys or in the buildings, like trying to like coax out. As you like kind of look down, you can see a little bit into the back of the vehicle, and this is definitely not the only crow that's in the back or being put in the back.
Did any of the crows have obvious cyber that I would have remembered?
Many of them do.
Kind of their thing, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some of them have like interface plugs for going into the net for net running or just for hanging out in the metaverse. Some people have like implanted augmented reality goggles. Yeah, there's definitely plenty of side amongst the crows. Are you going to rush up?
Before I rush up, are there any? Does it look like they have any kind of visible, or even like the outline of weapon types? Like something looks like they could potentially hurt somebody with.
Your perception is 29.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you want me to set a new scene.
One person has some sort of weapon in a trench coat that you can see. No, you're fine with that. I'll leave that for now.
You can
You
hear
see-
a mouse's fart from a mile away.
Yeah, you see some kind of weapon in the like jacket of one of the guys who's like leaning on the van. He's got a long coat, and it is like kind of a black long coat, but you can see the bulge of something, probably shotgun in size, but maybe a little bulkier. Most of it's shielded from his body, but with your 29, you can tell it looks more like a glop gun than a shotgun.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just run up anyway. I feel like it's something my character would do. So I'm gonna run up and say, whoa, what are y'all doing with these with the crows?
Kyung runs up right beside you. Haruna kind of stays back. The man says, like the one. Are you talking to the guy who's leaning against the
Whoever's
vehicle?
the closest to me. Whoever's the closest.
Okay,
First
there's
one I
a
get to.
guy that's like probably, I don't know. There's probably like 10 meters from the van who's helping another crow up. He's not got a jacket or anything, just a white shirt and tie. You see a man who looks to be in his like mid to late 20s with a little bit of stubble on his face, maybe 5 o'clock shadow. Looks up at you. His eyes are somewhat striking. There's something off about him. He doesn't look like, obviously, he's psybed out or anything like that, but you know when you can just kind of see crazy a little bit in their eyes? That's kind of what's going on. Says, how can I help you, brother?
What are you doing here? What are you doing with the crows?
We're just here to shepherd lost souls to safety.
They're doing pretty good on their own. We've just tended to some of their wounds and fed them.
Do you have any visible cybe on you by chance?
I'm not
Anything
side at all.
showing?
I have no
Oh,
side.
wow.
I'm clean skinned, one
Awesome.
might say.
He says, that's very kind of you. Not many people would take time to visit these lost souls. These poor, adrift.
What
people.
what are you gonna do with them? Where are you taking them?
We're going to take them to somewhere where we can provide them with shelter, food, clothing.
God.
So this is an out of game question. Do I, as my character, are these people well known as far as like how they look and everything, or is it kind of like a more
They're not very
like
well
hidden
known.
society?
They're not very well known, and many people in the media refer to them as a cult. There are other people who are more like friendly towards them. They seem to have a little bit of play in the American evangelist like community, but even the evangelists are kind of weird about them. You're not really sure because it's like it's kind of a Scientology thing, right?
They're fundamental Pentecostals. They like to stick their hands in boxes full of rattlesnakes.
Yeah, kind of. Except
little
it's
bit.
Sibes.
Yeah.
You see him kind of looking you up and down, and you see him look over at Kyung. Says, "Do you have any questions, brother and sister?"
No, I don't have questions. I'm very curious about your intents. Most people don't just come pick up crows. They're, well, for lack of better words, very burdensome.
Right.
I mean,
I understand,
do
but-
you have any kind of information that like where you're gonna take them? Do you have like a pamphlet or something? Like,
I
An
have some
identification
literature that I
of,
can
like, your-
provide for you, but first we're going to clean them up. And we're going to help them get out of this purgatory in which they reside. put them to a more civic use and spiritual use.
So you're going to make them do something against their wishes? That doesn't sound very fair to them. Most of them don't even know where they're at, much less have the ability to operate under spiritual guidance and pretense.
I have difficulty believing that these poor lost souls would want to be on the street, malnourished, unclothed, with full exposure to the elements. I think it's much more humane if they just come with us. We'll take care of them, give them shelter and what they need. And if they decide at any point they wish to leave, they can go.
What do you
They're
mean,
not
decide
monsters.
that they want to leave? These women can barely decide if they can figure out what is a butterfly and what's a butthole.
Ooh.
Little is known about this condition, but as you put it, many people don't want these people around because they have neither the facilities to provide use to the society, nor do they have any seeming want to at this point. We just wish to give them more than what they have.
What do you think, Haruna?
Haruna is about like maybe 2 meters behind you as she's like slowly been walking up. Ark, are you staying across the street or are you coming across also?
Would I know who these people are?
You can make a local knowledge roll if you'd like.
That's probably a no. Let's see. That'd be a 10.
10 total? All right, yeah, you're not really clued in on who these guys are either.
I'd probably be casually walking up.
Okay. She says, I don't know. I mean, it does sound like a good idea. Kyung says, wait a minute. These people have cybernetics. What are you going to do to them? I've heard that you guys don't like cybernetics. The man considers for a moment.
My character quirks a brow.
He says, it's true that the Immaculate Church does not look kindly upon those with cybernetics. There are many people who have joined our orders and have chosen to give them up. And they have become what we refer to as the penitent unclean. And these are people who can learn or earn a way back into the grace of God.
Yeah, but most of these people won't even know to give up. What about the people who don't give up their side? What do you label them as?
The unclean.
So you're just going to take unclean and just let them hang out and feed them and clothe them and wash them?
We're going to provide them with the things that they require.
And then what? Release them back to here?
If they should choose to, I suppose that's fine. You can hear like the megaphones like coming in the distance. Would you like to help us, brother?
I don't think I would like to help you. No, I don't know. I just don't see how this is going to help any of these people if you don't even like who these people are. None of them are going to be able to willingly convert.
You're advocating that we leave these people on the street, that we let them starve and let them
I'm advocating
die
you
from
allow
the
them their own
elements.
free will rather than forcing what you believe to be right upon them. That's all I'm advocating.
No, you guys are taking care of them. Don't worry about it.
These people don't have free will to worry about. What they do have is living needs that we'll take care of. And as you know, these people are unwanted by society. Haruna's like, these guys are fucking creepy. Sorry, didn't want to get
I
back to
liked
that
it!
track yet.
I liked it.
That's for when the battle starts.
It was a battle starting.
Soon. Anyways, he says, "It's time for us to go." You see him like stand the crow up that's with him and start moving him towards the back of the vehicle. Kyung says, fuck, I don't like this. But, and you see her looking back at the like light coming down the street and the sound of like the crowd.
Okay,
I would
so
like
there
to have my
were
agent
roughly-
make a note of their license plate.
Okay. You are notified that your agent has made a note for you for the license plate.
My character whispers
I'm
under,
gonna-
under his breath, "Thank you, Hilda."
I'm gonna ask the guy for information on where they're taking him to, like wherever their refuge place is.
He pulls out a card made of paper, printed, nothing fancy, no augmented reality, no like virtual markers on them, not even a QR code to be scanned.
Paper? Ew.
Yep. He pulls out a card and he says, "If you're looking for more information about the church, you can certainly come here. We would be glad to speak with you."
I'm just
Now,
looking
brother.
for information about where you're gonna take them and what you're gonna do. I'd like just to make sure they're okay. But thank you for your time.
They'll be fine with us.
Kind of squinting at him, like,
He assists the woman up, and you hear her say the word "angel" as they walk her over towards the back of the vehicle.
Going to take Haruna by like kind of like by the elbow, like the arm, and kind of like lock mine in and be like, I think it's time we leave. We'll catch.
Haruna
We'll
takes
catch
a
up here
knee.
in a second.
You see her take a knee on the street and like start rifling through her bag, and you see her pull up her cyber deck. You see her plug it in. You see the guy at the van with the black coat take note and look over in her direction. She says, "Give me a second.
What are you gonna try to do?"
I'm trying to look for information in the data feeds about these people." You see the guy get across the street, and he starts loading in the crow. You see one more person come out of a building, and from here now where you're at in the new angle, you can see that it looks like they've got probably 6 to 8 people in the back of this long-ass van. All of them just kind of quietly, like, tranced out in the back. You see one of the guys, the guy that you spoke to, step into the back of the vehicle, and then the other two start walking around it towards the front doors. She says, or Haruna says, "There's some info here. Hold on." You see her pull out her agent. You can see that she's like, her eyes are kind of like steady, like they're open, but she's not particularly using them right now. You've seen this when she net runs before. You see her pull out her agent, and her agent like quickly starts to like shoot up a holographic display, and you can see what looks like a subway platform. Judging by the writing on the walls, it's probably in Japan somewhere. You can see what looks like Japanese crows that have been like ushered into the subway station, and they seem to be proselytizing the word of the Immaculate Order. Like, from the video that you're looking at now, you hear the slam of the last door on the vehicle. From the feed of the video that you're watching through, it looks like somehow they've managed to train these crows to speak single passages from whatever their holy literature is. It's kind of a creepy, surreal look.
Looks like a Martha Stewart cookbook. What? Oh, this is just like video of them like doing their little gospel preach thing. But
Yep.
there's no like indication of anything.
You can see the Immaculate Order, like one of the guys standing around, like a gaggle of these people. Similarly to how they've managed to say the word angel, I guess. They are now speaking lines in Japanese. The translator can't keep up with the crowds, but you can tell that they're like speaking singular lines in Japanese.
I speak Japanese, so can I translate?
What I'm saying is that, yeah, actually, you can probably single out. Do you have lip reading?
That is that. Yes, it is. Oh, yoinks! No, I don't.
Okay. There's too much going on in the subway and the scene to like isolate any one. I mean, you could actually possibly do that with the proper rig back home, but like just looking at it right now, there's too many people speaking at once to be able to figure out what any of them are saying, beyond that they're speaking Japanese.
Okay. I'm gonna ask Karuna, what is this? Everything you can find? Because I mean, I don't even know what we're gonna do, even if we find something of worth to prove these guys are gonna do something bad.
Yeah, you see her standing up. She says, well, and she still has that like glossy 1,000-yard stare. She says, this is all I could find right now, but I mean, I don't know. There's word of some sort of altercations that have been happening in Japan between, I don't know, I don't even know. I guess they would be like common street people or whatever, but apparently there's news of like brawls in Tokyo. There's an article here. She flashes up like what looks like a data feed from what is it? Bert, what's the fucking, what is it? NHK? Yeah, that's right. It's a NHK, which is the national Japanese like TV station.
Yeah, it's like the PBS of Japan.
Yeah, it's like national news.
Yep.
But they're talking about a fatality of one of these and an ensuing firefight that happened of one of these like groups of the Immaculate Church that erupted somewhere in Tokyo. So they're not all on the up and up, but I mean, in just this quick little blurb, it's not enough time for you to really make a decision, I'd say. The vehicle turns on and begins to drive off.
We did what we were supposed to do, Haruna. I mean, we helped them. We'll go down there. I've got his little card or whatever this thing is supposed to be. I haven't seen a paper. Anyway, we'll go down there.
Most people just send you their credentials agent to agent. Like these days, like a paper card is just kind of like anachronistic, needlessly.
They're definitely serious about their technology stuff, it seems. And I kind of just waved the little business card in the air. I'm gonna stick it in my pocket and let's try to catch up with the others. And yeah, I'm sure there's probably gonna be some more people that are hurt that we can actually help right now. And then I'm gonna hit her in the mouth and drag her by the hair.
Oh no!
Next, I need to hit you with a couple questions, followed by a proposition.
Sure.
Like
so the police are obviously right now more focused on the civilian aspects of brutality and not necessarily doing shit for the common good. That said, is there any way for the common man to contact the police to do, what used to ostensibly be their job? Like going out and busting crime rings and shit like that.
Is there a way to like call cops to bust crime? Yeah.
Okay, because I was thinking
you can call the police on your agent.
Because I was thinking of a completely roundabout way of just going around this with Hannibal. But if I can just call the police and say, "Hey, yeah, so I got this van number here, and they just kidnapped like 6 people with unknown intention," could I expect any response from that at all? Okay. Yeah,
well, it depends on the level of like detail, I suppose. But like the cops are kind of busy right now with their own thing.
Right.
So, I mean, just in your own mind, you're not sure how well that would work, or if they'd even like draw on the cops that were at the riot itself, you know. But
All right. Following
It's-
up proposition, could I make a bureaucracy check to see if Hannibal Gaetano could potentially benefit from telling the police chief that there's a currently ongoing kidnapping investigation that the police chief could, benefit from?
absolutely.
That'd be a 15.
15. All right. Indeed, this information is something that Hannibal Gaetano should know. If people are like being abducted, if that's really what you're witnessing here, and nobody's like on it already, then Hannibal actually stands to like actually get some credit for doing his job on the Civil Management Bureau, like keeping his ear to the ground, as it were, amongst the public.
God, I love bureaucracy. All right. Ark is assumedly having been in like a thinker pose for the last couple minutes. Pats Keong on the shoulder. Keong, I know a guy. Well, then I'll see if I can get this solved. He basically makes a pantomiming motion with two of his fingers to the side of his head to indicate that he's using his agent, and he would like to call up Hannibal Gaetano.
All right. Give me 1 second.
Hello, this is Hannibal.
What?
I'm gay. The heck, bro? That guy look kind of spooky.
Yeah, does he look
He's a
gay now,
politician.
huh?
He looks like he'd be the power bottom, TBH.
You tell your agent to connect you to Hannibal Gaetano, and after probably about, 15, 20 seconds, you hear, Donovan, how are you doing today? You see his face on your agent. Oh, wait, your agent's internal. Never mind.
Right. My character kind of like nods as a general reflex. I'm doing all right. I got some interesting news though. A young lady right next to me positively identified a group going by the name of the Immaculate Order having kidnapped several people up with apparently good intentions, but would not state them otherwise. I got a... I'm brain farting right now. I got a license plate for you in case you want to have the police chief owe you a favor if, after the events of today, they want to have everything blow over a little smoother with a potential kidnapping investigation.
Sure, give me the information that you have.
Certainly. Hilda, please send Hannibal the information.
Information sent. He sits there, and a moment later he says, "Oh, this vehicle belongs to the Immaculate Order, from what I understand. I don't like those guys. They give me the creep."
After today, I can safely say they're not some of my favorite people either.
You said that they were abducting people. What kind of people?
We saw them
did
grabbing
you
a number of crows. To elaborate,
Crows.
Speeple was specifically, he basically mentions the disorder by name.
Yeah. He says, yes, I've been meaning to learn more about that situation. It seems to be becoming more and more common. Abducting crows off the street. Did they say why? Did you interact with them?
They claimed that they were doing the right thing. However, they did not specify any of their actual intentions other than supposedly cleaning, feeding, and clothing them. Though you understand how it's concerning that they're just loading random people onto a van without any official response. Or presence.
Well, they're lost people, from what I understand. I don't like it, but I'll look into it for you.
I appreciate it.
How are you doing?
I'm doing adequately.
Everything okay with you?
Yeah, the armor's still working fine.
Good. Good. Is there anything else?
Unless you want a quick game of BattleTech, I think that's all I got for you.
Actually, yeah, I got time. Haha.
All right. Well, you take care of it. You take care, Donovan. I'll look into
Likewise,
this license plate for you and see what I can come up with.
you come down with something, you know who to call.
Ghostbusters.
You got it. Gaetano's line gets disconnected as you hear your agent confirm the disconnection.
My character, like, looking into the sky, like, looking to the top right of his eyeballs, essentially, you know, like, tactile sensations, looks back down to Kyung. Alright. I got a guy looking into this.
She nods. Okay, well, we should probably get out of here. What about your friends? Complex and Dez.
Yes.
You
Hello?
guys are where last we left off?
We were heading to the riot.
No riot.
That's right.
Now it's a riot. Or, well, it isn't a riot yet.
Well, there's still time.
I mean, yeah. Hey, so I've been thinking about something, right?
Okay.
As we're on the train here.
You guys are actually
Oh,
coming
yeah.
out of the front of the building first.
Oh, okay. So we're out of the front of the building, and I kind of stop and I turn to him. I've been thinking about something as we were coming down the elevator. When was the
Okay.
last time you saw something green outside of a greenhouse?
That's a trick question, right?
I mean, when was the last time you saw a goddamn plant outside of a greenhouse, Des?
I mean, don't like weeds just like grow on the street still?
Going to look around the street. Are there any weeds just growing around on the street?
There are like brown, like only the strongest of like plants out there, but they're most likely dead except for the roots.
So, like I was saying before, Des, looking around at the weeds here now.
But those kind of count.
Yeah, but they're not like that thing in the bag.
Well, okay, no, really the question is, when was the last time you saw leaves in a bag surviving with damp paper towels?
Exactly.
And the
We're
answer to
getting
that
it now.
question is never.
Exactly.
Because I
So-
don't keep my weed like that.
Well, no one does, but I don't think that's weed.
Well, clearly, what does it
You
smell
see,
like?
as you guys are talking, you see what looks like a large motorcycle. I would say to describe this motorcycle, just think about it as having a dashboard. And on top of this like behemoth of a motorcycle is a man who looks to be about probably almost 7 feet tall. You see him park the bike and like dismount.
What's the guy dressed like?
He's wearing a long black coat, and
Okay.
he's wearing what looks like a hat of some sort, which at the current time is mostly shielding his face.
Thinking
You see him
back
walking
ever-
towards the front of the building.
Well, initially, not to get in
Yeah.
the way of this big motherfucker, I step out
Yep.
of the way of the doorway.
Yep, I swing to the other side. Like
Yeah.
we keep talking like past him.
Well, yeah, I
As he,
kind of
like,
like
walks
start like
between us,
as I look
yeah.
at him, I kind of like look back at Dez and go like, you know, kind of start talking a little bit more subtly about what we're talking about. Like, yeah, but I haven't seen I haven't seen, you know, stuff like this in a while.
Yeah, but have you ever had
And
Maui
let's
Wowie
keep-
though?
I'm gonna like gesture to him like, let's keep walking. I don't want to be near this dude. This
Yep.
dude is spooky.
All right, you watch the big guy walk into the front of the apartment building. You guys make your way towards the bus.
So anyway, like I was saying, Dez, looking over my shoulder, making sure this guy is like gone now.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Dude, that guy looks like he could tear somebody's head off, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, 1,000%. He couldn't have
Holy
destroyed his
shit,
apartment.
dude! I
so
want to get
let's
the fuck
let's
away
get
from
the
here.
fuck out of here. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys get the fuck out of there, and as you guys are walking down the street, kind of towards the protests, which are not very far from here, you see what looks like Civil Air Patrol passing overhead. You see spotlights shining down into the alleys.
Oh, got a ghetto bird.
the AV circles. You hear the like roar of its engines up at its altitude.
All right. So, like I was saying, I don't think Shorty got his hands on that. I think whoever owned this badge, pulling out the press badge and kind of like, underneath my jacket, my hoodie. I think I have a hoodie on, right? Just kind of show it to him again. Whoever had this badge found that shit and gave it to Shorty.
Okay, and it's something Ross, and it just says that it's a press pass. It doesn't have any.
I mean, we kind of
indication
figured out the name. It's Gabrielle Cross.
Gabriella Cross, yeah.
Yeah, we figured out the name is Gabrielle Cross. So Cross found that shit and gave it to him. And Cross clearly got into a fucking mix-up because badge is like half a badge.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
this shit.
obviously that's the
It's
thread
shit-
that we're gonna have to pull on here, but we need to
I don't
we
even
need to
want
find
this shit
some
on me
we,
anymore.
we I mean really what we got to do is we got to figure out a place to secure this, because if this is as
Yeah.
valuable as smearing somebody like he's a fucking paintbrush, then we definitely don't want to be walking around with
If it's valuable enough, offhand, it's valuable enough that clearly Shorty wasn't storing it with, $3,000 worth of gear that he owes, yo, homie. What's his name again?
Padre.
Padre.
Yeah.
Padre.
So okay, well one problem at a time. We got to go find Lacey.
Yeah,
Right.
let's go find Lacey. Keep that shit tucked away tight.
You got it.
I'll keep this part so we have two halves, and it's not on either one of us.
Yeah. Okay, so I take the bag of I guess
Leaves.
leaves, and I tuck it into like my inner jacket pocket that has like the zipper and button.
Okay.
Unlike him, I take the badge and I tuck it in underneath the sole of my shoe. Well, in my shoe, underneath my sock, between the sole and my sock. It's a better place to hide it.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna be like walking on all these leaves.
Oh
that
yeah,
we're
yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
trying
No,
to
no,
keep
you're gonna
alive.
destroy it. Clearly,
Yeah.
I'm just hiding the badge someplace
for
where
sure.
I know someone isn't gonna look.
All right, yeah. So then we head into the crowd, and I'm gonna activate my threat detection to try and look through people in the crowd better.
That adds to your perception, right?
Yes, it's a
Okay.
one for one. So I'm gonna allocate all 4 points to perception.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when we arrive, I'm doing the same thing, essentially perception as well, to start looking around for Lacey.
Okay. Right now, by the time you've gotten there and you start like searching the crowd, you can tell that your eyes are starting to sting a little bit, as you can tell that there is tear gas in the area. It's just too thin to be enough to choke you right now. You guys have probably experienced it before. You guys walk up to the crowd. Let's see.
17 for my perception, by the way.
That's a 19 on mine.
All right, record it.
Oh, great! It's already a riot.
Woo! All right, and so I take my sunglasses off of the top of my head and I like put them on.
That doesn't help, does it?
It's gonna help more than the not having anything. Plus,
Just,
plus once this stuff starts flying around, it's only a matter of time before like bottles and shit start flying around.
I'm just
So-
pulling, my shirt up over my nose to try and cover it as we go.
Okay. Somebody, as you guys are walking up, you hear, "Holy shit! Hey, Complex! Hey, man, what's going on?"
Yeah, good. Hey, what are you doing down here?
Oh, fucking pigs just locked up a reporter.
Which one?
What was her name? It was
Nice.
something Goodwin, I think. I'm just out here
Goodwin.
because fuck the cops.
Yeah.
Exactly. Fuck the police.
Hey, ask him if he's seen little blonde girl about yay tall, maybe
Yeah,
about
you
16.
see- Yeah, this tall, 16. What color was her hair? You remember?
Blonde.
Blonde. I thought she had dye in it. Nah, whatever.
I don't know, man, but if I see a chick like that around here, man, I'm gonna wait 2 years. He winks at you.
Alright, that was kind of gross, dude.
Add it to your set.
Take the advice.
I'm gonna be like, why is niggas so gross out here?
Oh god, LA's a fucking shithole. Okay, all
He
right.
fucking he walks over and he offers you some of his 40.
Nah,
What are you
good.
doing
Des,
tonight,
want
man?
some? Right now, just hanging out here at this protest now turned riot, trying to find homegirl because she should be at home with her mom.
I'm like craning my neck around while they're talking, trying to spot her in the crowd or anyone else that I
Okay.
might recognize.
You do not miss a large dude. I don't have him in here. He's the, let's see here. I'll drop it in Discord. You see this guy and a couple other degenerates, like moving towards your direction.
Oh, this fucking asshole again.
Yeah, I was like, I recognize that degen. Right? That's a
Yo,
a
what's your
Panzer,
name,
right?
son? I'm gonna turn back to the guy with the 40 trying to give us thing.
This is the guy that you recognize.
There
Turn
we
back to the
go.
guy that was with us offering the 40. Hey, what's your name?
Oh, to the guy that offered you the 40?
Yeah. What's your...
He says, Raymond.
All right,
What?
Raymond,
Wait,
man.
yo, you didn't remember my name?
No, it's a lot of faces, man. You know, it's like every night, it's like 100
Hey,
of you.
I'm gonna-
It gets crazy. But
We
Raymond,
gotta
you got
go.
your boys with you today?
Yeah, I mean, I got some friends around.
Yo, come with us. We're gonna roll through here. You know, fuck the police and all. We're gonna go find this girl, get Lacey out of here. You wanna come with me?
1 second. You see the guy, the first guy, walking up towards you.
Okay.
And he walks over and is looking at Complex. He
now,
says,
oh, go ahead.
were you going to say something?
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask if I like knew. You said I knew the other guy, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
you know of him. You can make a lore local or a streetwise roll to identify him.
I will
Or
absolutely.
what is it called? Local knowledge.
It's knowledge local.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will use streetwise.
Phoenix positively ID'd these guys last session as Spencer Division, right?
Yeah, he knows
Yeah,
their
they're-
Panzer Division.
All right.
On streetwise.
Yeah, what was your total?
21 on streetwise.
Oh, nice. Okay. You know this guy because, sadly, you've worked with him before. He's local hireable muscle guy by the name of Eddie Rook. Goes by
Eddie
Rook.
Rook. All right.
Which is why he gave you a nod before. You're like, oh yeah, I've done some work around this place. There was a little bit of a time where you did some muscle work when you first got over here at the local arena on the edge of San Pedro and Long Beach, little place called Mano y Mano, and you guys were doing basically bouncer work.
Oh, mano y mano.
Sounds
So
like
great.
a fight club.
It
You
is
happen
a
to
fight
know-
club.
You happen to know also that much of Panzer Division hangs out in that area at a MMA gym.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna. I don't really know exactly what these guys are trying to do, but I'm gonna go. You said I recognize the other guy, not the dude in front. So I'll like gesture to Eddie while his buddy's walking up. And that guy's not. Is that guy walking up like he's trying to gonna fuck some shit up, or is he just walking?
Oh, he looks like he's looking for trouble.
Oh, gotcha.
Eddie sees
Alright.
you there when you get his attention, and you see him jog forward and put his hand on the guy's shoulder. You see him turn around and look back at Eddie, the big dude. And Eddie kind of leans close to him and nods, and then you see him make eye contact with you, and you see the big guy kind of turn, taking that notion, and looks at you, and he
Hey.
gives it a nod.
Hey, Eddie. Who's your friend?
Eddie starts pulling him away. You hear the the big guy go, "Fucking jig." You see him turn around and start walking away.
Yeah,
And he
all
puts
right,
his
man.
hands up and goes, "I'm sorry, man."
Yeah, all right, man. No, I'm not even mad. Like, good on you, man. At least you talk just as much shit. That's good. So I'm like, hey, Eddie, before you go, you seen a girl about 15, 16, blonde hair with like colored shit in it, goes by the name of Lacey.
I don't know, man.
All right, man. No worries. Just keep an eye out, and if you see her, let me know. And I like reach out to like give him a fist bump, but he's like too far away.
Yeah, he gives you like a look, looks like down at your hand, and you see him look over at Complex, and he gives Complex a nod.
All right, later, guys.
Give him a nod back and just like
keep looking
back at Dez, like, man, I haven't been called a jigaboo in a minute.
Damn.
You see him turn around and start walking away.
No, I'm just like, that's the one that was at the top
That's
of your
an
list.
old one,
Like,
dude.
Like,
I gotta
you,
give him
you coulda-
respect
You
for
had
that.
a whole, yeah, you
Dragging
had like
out
a
the
whole
old
bag.
shit.
Yeah, that's I ain't even mad. Like, good for him. You know, bringing
That's a
back
good one.
classics. Yeah.
That's a classic. Yeah, I give
Raymond
him that.
goes, "Fucking cunts." Fucking
Yeah,
hate
I
those
agree
pieces
though.
of
I
shit.
100% agree. 100% agree.
Yeah,
Racist
yeah.
pieces of shit.
Yeah, that
But
guy sucks.
back
No
to
lie.
you, Raymond.
Let me help you guys look for.
Yeah,
Um,
I was wondering if we get more eyes on this, it'll help.
Did you guys both get up at 17 on your?
I have a 19.
He got a 19. I got a 17.
Okay, so you guys are both above 17. You guys notice what looks like Lacey is sitting on the east side of the compound, or not sitting, but like sneaking through the crowd around the east side of the compound as people are starting to basically get dispersed.
All right, yeah, and I
Gonna pick up to a quick little jog and catch
Yep.
up there.
head over.
Hey, nice seeing you again, Complex.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll see you tomorrow night. I'll be performing, and I name a random fucking bar that I think I might show up at in a couple of nights.
He goes, "Oh hell yeah!"
Oh, see, now you have to go.
Now I have to go.
Come on, isn't that a whole thing? You're like a
Yeah,
man
I
of
gotta
your
go
word
perform. I
and-
gotta make my money somehow. I've got a whole line of merch coming out soon.
All right, so we get closer, and I call out to Lacey. Like, I'm assuming there's like a din. There's like a loud like din of the crowd, right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So I just like call over to her as we head over there.
Okay, you shout and try and shout over the crowd. She doesn't seem to be paying attention to you. You see her slink around the side street and start making her way northbound along the precinct. Judging by the chain link fence, it looks like she's heading towards the vehicle lockup, or the fleet yard, I should say, and the garages.
Keep
I mean,
picking it up, trying to catch
good-
up faster.
I'm
Lacey!
like, damn, good for you. Yeah, and so yeah, I like pick up speed. Because is she gonna try to? Does it look like she's trying to like go under or like through the fence?
It looks like by the way that her body is moving, like she's attempting to like look for cameras or some way in that's obvious. She's kind of looking through the chain link fence
All right.
and continuing north.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I care about that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to catch her. Right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try to like help her presumably sneak in or steal a cop car. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I'm not
just
trying
like
to do that.
whatever.
I'm just trying
if
to
the
catch her.
cameras catch me, I don't care that they catch me. I'm just heading over.
I'm just
to
trying to
try and
catch the
snag
little,
her,
the little
yeah.
blonde girl. What little blonde girl? Oh no, that doesn't sound right coming out of my mouth, right?
Yeah, that's not great. Yeah, but I like break into a sprint and try to just catch up to her as quick as possible.
Okay. Jimbo, you see a girl, younger looking girl, snooping around the edge of the yard.
I'm gonna kind of give us a low whistle, kind of get Daphne, Casey's attention. Kind of.
Casey is looking over at her too. She says,
Okay.
"Farrell, look, what's going on here?"
Yeah.
Daphne says,
Who's this street urchin? What does she want with the police lot?
"I don't know. She looks like she wants in too."
Is there any small pebbles or like old cans or anything like that around? Like trash that makes a little bit of noise if I were to
Sure.
throw
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Of course.
All right, I'm gonna take a can and very loudly kick it over, kind of near her direction, so she gets the idea that someone's over there.
Okay.
Does she notice it?
Say what?
Is
Oh yeah,
she-
yeah, yeah. You get her attention. She looks at
Okay.
you, and she looks like she just nearly fucking had a heart attack when she hears the noise.
I'm gonna have
and
her.
she looks at you.
I'm gonna motion for her to come over.
Okay. She starts walking across the street. Just then, you see what looks like two guys following her start sprinting up the street towards her.
I'm gonna kind of elbow Casey and Daphne and point towards the two guys. I'm gonna start walking to try to maybe put myself between her and the two thugs.
Wow.
Okay. So you jog over in between.
You know what?
them.
I can't blame him.
Nope.
Yeah, Daphne's right there by your side. You
And
see.
when
Go ahead and describe yourself, Jimbo.
So I am about 5'10" or so, maybe a little taller. Darker skinned. You could tell that all of those years of my genetics, the melting pot of like the
Middle
Texas,
America.
yeah,
What you mean?
middle America has darkened.
I was gonna
Not-
say you're racially ambiguous now.
Yeah, like it's olive skin, brown hair, brown eyes. I have a southern drawl with a slight Louisiana lilt to it. Some find me attractive. Some think I'm retarded.
Okay.
Uh,
Are you wearing anything in particular?
yeah, so I've got nomad leathers on. Very faded, like stout, but older blue jeans. Tucked into some brown leather boots that come up to the knee. And then I've got a I'll post a picture in Discord, but I've got a shirt on that has this logo on the front. And then over top that is a brown, like it's a brown leatherish jacket. Like it's something that you could have worn to ride a motorcycle, or it's like got pockets everywhere and all that. Almost like a bomber jacket meets a motorcycle jacket. Does that make sense? Like it doesn't have the felt shit in it or the sheep's wool stuff in it, but it's a kind of a bigger jacket and a pair of brown leather driving gloves.
All right. You see Jimbo and now Daphne, two people that you don't know, moving to intercept you as you guys are sprinting towards Lacey.
Okay.
Has Lacey stopped? Just
Yeah,
to be
Lacey
honest?
stopped and now she looks confused.
Okay, so she behind them. Okay, she's behind them right now, right?
Yeah, they're moving into like basically like intercept you guys.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna slow to
You hear one of them,
slight
the
draw.
female. Sorry.
Lacey, who, or I'm gonna look at the girl and say, "Do you happen to know these fine gentlemen?"
She says, yeah. You
Okay.
see Daphne relax.
And can you explain why you maybe have been
God
running
damn
from
it.
them, my fine young creature?
I didn't even know they were there. What's up, Complex? Hey, Dez.
I'm gonna catch a breath, like.
It's
Oh, okay.
And I'm
Okay.
gonna look at these two fine, panting gentlemen and say, "Do y'all make it a habit to chase after young girls?"
this one in particular, yeah.
Not usually.
Wait, that came out. That's not.
Usually they come chasing me.
Shit,
uh,
Complex, you need to get out more. You're
It's time
so-
to. It's time to.
That's what happens when you get old and don't take care of yourself. You
Lacey.
see, Daphne actually gets a bit of a smile from that.
Lacey, don't make me tell your mom.
The fuck are you losers doing here?
We're getting your
Fuck are
dumb
you
ass.
doing
It's time
here?
to go.
Whoa, where are you trying to take this girl that she don't want to go?
Home. Where the fuck else?
He took the reporter in the side entrance.
Y'all are
Pretty
looking
sure
for
he is.
a reporter too?
No.
Well, that's what the protest is for.
No, I imagine that at the exact moment that I said no, she says yes.
Yes.
And then I'm
Like,
gonna,
yes.
so I'm gonna look at her and then look at him straight in the eyes and go, I'm starting to believe her more than I'm believing you. So
Okay. Let's just clarify. She's looking for the reporter. We're looking for her to take her ass home.
To see her mother.
Des,
Before
break
she
in there,
gets
we
in
can
trouble.
fuck those guys up.
What? We're not gonna fight the fucking cops in their house.
She opens her
you seen the
windbreaker and you
fucking
can see that.
cops?
She opens her windbreaker and you can see that she's strapped.
Oh my god, is,
God, Jesus
I
Christ,
like
Lacey.
this little girl.
is the safety off on that thing?
She looks down. Oh yeah. She
Oh,
smiles
whatever.
at you.
God, what?
I'm gonna-
Oh
I'm
my
gonna-
God!
She clicks it.
That
Uh,
is not
You
good.
have been an awful influence on her.
That's
gonna look
not
at-
how you do that.
I'm gonna look at Dez and go, there's really only one safety, and then I'm gonna do the trigger pull action with my left hand.
Oh, this guy's seen Black Hawk Down.
Yeah, exactly. Just right here,
That's
sir.
an old movie, yo. Maybe we have film taste. We'll talk later.
No, dude,
But first,
I've never even been in a helicopter.
no, I was talking to Jimbo because he did the finger thing, and I was like, "Oh, you seen Black Hawk Down?"
No, I
Maybe we
know.
have similar film taste. We'll talk later.
No,
First,
that's
Lacey,
exactly
safety
why I
back
was
on.
like,
Why are you trying to get?
I clicked it. Oh God.
What's this little girl's connection with this reporter that she keeps talking about?
nothing.
I don't know. She's a little radicalist all the time. She just wants to go do things that are
Look,
crazy.
look, man. All she's trying to do is she's trying to grow up too fast in a really hard place. So, just Lacey, let's get you home. You can be a kid for a little bit longer before you start trying to run the streets. All right?
Look, all
Well,
of their
hey.
attention is somewhere else. I mean, we could just go in there and get her.
And I look at her and go,
who
"It
exactly
little girl.
again?
It's not that easy."
You can see that she's wearing a suicide driver shirt. She's the type of kid that is idolizing the edge runner lifestyle and can't wait to get into it.
Real tough chick.
I'm gonna
Jesus,
look at
Lacey,
the-
You don't know the half of this shit.
How tall
are
is how tall is Lacey?
I don't know, like 5'4".
She's 16. Yeah, she's like maybe 5'4" at tops, 16 years oldish.
I'm gonna put my hands on my hips and kind of look at her and go, "Hey, I'm with you. I want to fuck the man too, but throwing your life away is not the way to go because you get one performance and that's the end of it. No encores."
Yeah, but maybe you don't fuck any men though, right?
Of
Lacey?
course, that's
Don't-
one. Gotta write that one down.
Do that.
hey! You hear Turner from a ways away.
And I'm gonna look at her and go, "What's up? What's up, Casey?"
She gives you a nod and like looks towards the fleet lockup. You can see cops coming out of the side entrance. You see a couple of them have linear frames. It's a exoskeleton. Like think
Okay.
about primitive power armor.
Okay, so like, is it completely encased their body? Is it more like it?
No, it's like an exoskeleton. You know,
Like
like,
a
a
frame.
frame.
yeah, like an Elysium.
Yeah,
Oh,
kinda
okay,
like that.
okay, gotcha. I was getting ready to say, is it like that Brad Pitt movie?
You mean Tom Cruise? And yes,
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. All right. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and drone link into my car and start her up, start fiddling with the settings to make sure that I could have it chug black smoke if I wanted to.
Okay.
All right, you see, I'm gonna get away from that. So it's nice meeting you, whoever you all are, and Lacey. It's time to go.
I'm going to put my hand on Dez's shoulder and Lacey's shoulder, and it's like, y'all are going to want to watch this. This is going to be a show.
Oh my God! Don't kill any
Lacey
cops.
says, "What?"
please
I-
don't
I-
kill.
I
don't kill
step
cops.
back.
She
And then
looks a
I'm
little more hopeful.
I'm gonna
I
look
step
at
back
Lacey and
from
give
his
her.
arm.
I'm gonna look at Lacey and give her a mischievous wink.
Okay.
Daphne
she
knows what
she
that
smiles as she
means.
looks back and forth with you and You and Daphne.
Daphne would know what that wink is.
Okay. Daphne gives you a nod.
And then I'm gonna start to drive the car up to station it where it's ready to get in front of the lockup gate.
All right. You can see what looks like a cop actually walking your direction. The car like moves over towards the gate.
Okay. Is he moving towards my car, or is he moving towards?
Yeah,
the
he's
gate?
walking towards the gate, which is where your car is kind of heading towards.
Okay.
Daphne is like right behind you.
And then it's I'm gonna start making it like I'm gonna start fiddling with the different valve timings and fuel injection ratios to make the engine kind of start to make a knock noise, misfires, and things like that.
Okay, it's the vehicle starts acting up.
Yeah, and here. Let me go ahead and roll it.
Timed out.
Well, there goes Hawk. It's all right.
Oh, go ahead and that's no good. Roll. So I rolled a 1, so I got to roll for the.
Yep, you got to roll it again.
Oh no.
And what are you rolling?
I'm
the
gonna.
thing about doing stuff to his car.
Yeah, land vehicle tech.
All right, what was your total?
I love it.
So that's a -7 to a 15, so 8 total.
You got a total of 8. Okay.
Yeah.
The car is not behaving you at the moment, and it is still just purring.
Okay.
You see the guy. Let's see. Hawk disconnected, but well, he'll be able to see it in Discord. I'm gonna drop it in Discord.
Okay.
See a police officer walking up as the gate's starting to open. You can see a bunch of cops coming out the side. He says, "Hey, get your piece of shit out of here."
And I'm gonna look at him and be like, "Oh my god, I don't know why it's doing this. This has never done this before."
Sounds fine to me. All of you, clear out of here. We're ending this shit.
Yeah, just give me a second, officer. I promise it's never done this before. And I'm gonna start like patting all the pockets and stuff, looking for my keys that don't exist.
You see the other like cops coming out, and you can see what looks like them bringing a large, like similar to an MRAP, but more for this time, this era, up the from the garage below.
Okay, and I'm still blocking the street, right?
User joined your
Yeah,
channel.
you guys are kind of all in the street right now.
Okay. I'm gonna be like, oh my, I'm gonna keep up the pantomime, and it's just the, oh Jesus Christ, I promise, officer, I don't get performance anxiety like this. I've never had this problem before. That's why I paid that lady for the Mr. Stud.
He doesn't seem to have any humor whatsoever.
I'm gonna just keep trying, you know.
Are you okay, Hawk?
I had blue screened again. My computer's corrupting slowly. I think my drive is going bad.
Oh shit!
Oh no.
Oh, wait.
But we're
Didn't
still
you
good.
just get a fucking solid state?
I just got the third solid state.
Oh god.
Holy shit!
Ouch.
All right.
It's whack, but we all good. I'd probably
Uh,
just honestly reformat. I probably just have bad files because it's like corruption files and stuff. So.
Oh, weird. All right. Anyway, sorry. Back to the scene here.
The officer that you dropped is that one of the officer that's talking to Jimbo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
this
gonna.
guy
So
looks
you
pretty
know that
fucking
officer,
serious.
Des. You know that officer by sight. His name is Sergeant Masayama Tesai.
So Sergeant Masayama. I like give him a nod.
He says, "Des."
We were just leaving, weren't we, Lacey?
She's like, she looks at you and goes, and she looks at Jimbo. She goes, "Yeah."
And I'm gonna look at Lacey
Sergeant.
and go, "Where's my mechanic going?"
She
And then
says,
I'm gonna go up around the front where the hood is and pop the hood open and start like poking around at stuff.
the car's running fine. Get it out of here, or we'll take it.
Oh, you can't take this. This old Betsy.
Yeah, you don't tell Sergeant Masayama what to do. Come on, Lacey, and I like grab her by the shoulder and I like start steering her.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
You see him
Yeah.
look.
I'm trying to get this.
Gotta get the fuck out of here. No, this
Hey,
guy,
Complex.
This guy's a good cop.
Got anything
Hey.
coming up?
Yeah. Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow.
Gonna be performing at the same bar I mentioned to the other guy.
I'm gonna
Nice.
I
I might
have
have
to
to
go
bring the
there.
wife through.
look at Daphne and Casey and kind of throw my eyes over to that MRAP that could or could not be a prisoner transport. To kind of clue them in
It
that
certainly
maybe,
could be, yeah.
yeah, to take down his. It's kind of like that look of like the hey, remember that vehicle, like all of the like license plates and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna reach down, and go, oh, I see what it is now. That plug isn't supposed to be like this. And then I'm gonna plug it. I'm gonna make it look like I'm plugging something in. Slam the hood down, and then I'm gonna hold my greasy hand out to the good old police officer and go, "I'm real sorry about that, Mr. Law Dog. I just don't understand these vehicles sometimes."
You see his eyes, like with some sort of contempt, look down at your greasy hand. Says, "Get out of here before they get here. If it's not gone, it's not going anywhere."
And then I'm gonna just kind of wiggle my fingers a little bit, and then kind of bring it back and smear it on the front of my black shirt underneath the skull, and go, "You have a nice day now, Mr. Lawman." And then I'm gonna get in the car and drive it around to the
You
corner.
see,
But I'm gonna, but not like just out of their way, far enough away that I don't think I'll get hassled, but close enough to where I can still watch stuff.
as you turn around, you see Daphne's lip curled into a smirk. She walks over to her side of the car.
I'm gonna look at Daphne and go, "I've seen that look before, little girl. What'd you do?"
You know what I want to do.
Well,
She says. She gets into the car.
"There's not a lot we can do without backup. Those two fine gentlemen seem like they know what's going on over there, but I couldn't get them to do anything."
You see the MRAP like pulling up to the gate, and you see Sergeant Masayama put his two fingers to his eyes, and then he points at you.
And I'm gonna just, with a really big grin on my face, I'm gonna give him like an autistic wave. You know which one I'm talking about?
No.
I know
Let's
exactly
see.
what he's talking about.
I don't know what an autistic wave looks like.
He's talking about like the Forrest Gump wave,
Oh,
where it's like a fucking whole ass
Okay.
forearm
Do you
and
remember?
everything.
Do you remember the retard cop YouTube meme from a while ago? It was like,
no, I probably missed that one, I guess.
oh,
Anyways, I take your meaning with Dante's description.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it. You guys start clearing out of the area. Lacey says, "God damn it. We could have been heroes, Dez. These Jimbo have some fucking balls."
You realize heroes die, right?
Well,
only-
also,
Only dumb heroes.
okay. Listen.
You've met
Heroes.
Dez.
Yeah, heroes are assholes.
I like Dez. I kind of want to keep Dez alive.
This guy gets it. Also, if we wanted to break out whoever that was for whatever reason, why would we do it for free? You gotta think about that.
Lacey, think. Why would you bring the report out for free when you can get paid to do it?
She just looks kind of like fucking pissed off at the whole situation. You see her cross her arms. You can hear like the fabric of her windbreaker, like as she does so.
Give me the gun.
God, Lacey, Jesus, are you really gonna throw a tantrum right here? You're 60.
No, let's
Stop.
go. God.
Right. Yeah, let's go take the fucking train. Get the fuck
You see,
out of here.
You see Jimbo's car like kind of turn around and start heading down the street southbound, where well, where he can go at this point.
How bad is the scene where we are? Like the cops corralling everyone.
Well, the cops are now starting to move like in force, like pushing the main group of people. You guys were kind of off to the side, but cops are coming out of the sides of the building now to basically get control of the whole perimeter, and so you guys are being like forced southbound.
All right.
The streets are choked with like foot traffic. Lots of people don't own cars, and so they're just walking around. Daphne looks over at Jimbo and says, "So what now?"
I'm gonna look at those two fine gentlemen that might or might not be pedophiles. I'm gonna roll my window down and go and look at Lacey and go, is there some place that you would much rather ride than walk? And then
Don't get into cars with strange men.
And then I'm gonna look at those. I'm gonna look at those two and say that question goes for you too. But I haven't quite made up my mind on whether or not my mama would be proud of you or not.
Lacey says, "Yeah, I mean, I know some places we could go hang out."
Don't
All right.
get into cars with strange
Jump.
men.
And then I'm gonna look at Daphne and kind of give her the what the hell look, and I'm gonna just jerk my thumb into the back seat.
Daphne gives you the why not like face what the fuck
the
gesture?
agreement.
Sorry.
Oh shit! I do have to pick up something to eat
Why not?
anyway. Yeah, let's go.
You hear the horn of the MRAP blare, and you can see a couple other police cars coming up to the gate as well.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
Gonna
Are you
hop
guys-
on in the back.
Okay,
Yep.
You're getting into Jimbo's vehicle.
Yeah.
You see a blonde woman across the street in a car also, who's like getting ready to pull in behind Jimbo. And she says, "I got room too."
And
Yeah, I
I'm
don't want to be ass to ankles back there.
gonna look at the two fine gentlemen and say, "That's my friend Casey. You could trust her."
All right, cool. So which one of us is going with Lacey?
Well, you currently have her. I'll guess I'll
Okay.
hop in with Casey. I'll call you
All right.
and let you know.
Make sure your GPS is on.
Yeah, I got it on.
All right. Well, dude, I don't know if these people want to take our kidneys.
I don't know. They don't let the kidney take and type.
I know, but we're splitting
Especially
up.
that one. Look at how hard he had to work to get his car working again.
Let's go. Let's go, you fucking pussies. Come on.
All right.
Whoa,
all right.
hey, Lacey, come on, language, young lady. Jesus, you've been hanging around me too much.
God damn it. She goes and jumps in the back of Jimbo's car.
All right.
I'm gonna give her a high five as she jumps in the back.
Okay. She's got a much more agreeable face, like when she jumps into the back.
And then I'm gonna turn around and look at Complex and go, "Hi, my name's Jimbo." I'm gonna hold that greasy right hand out.
Doesn't have as much as grease on it as it did since you wiped off most of it on your shirt, but
No, but
it's still
dirty.
black.
Yeah,
Oh
it's a
yeah, it's
dirty.
still black.
I'm gonna refuse the handshake and go, "Hi, yeah, I'm Complex, local comedian, do-gooder. I'm gonna go hop in with your
Do-gooder.
friend Casey over here.
What did I tell you about lying to people?
It's always more fun."
Yeah. All right.
And then I'm gonna look at him and go, "Just be careful. Casey likes to bite." And then I'm gonna hold my right hand out to
Ugh.
Des.
Yeah, I'll take his greasy ass hand. I don't care.
Nice
All
to
right.
meet you. Name's Jimbo.
Des. All right, and I hop in and I make Lacey scoot over.
All right. Yep. She scoots over, and
All right, when we get in the back seat.
Complex, you go and you
Casey.
walk up to Casey. You see her. She looks at you and says, "Hop on in."
All right, hopping on in.
She looks you up and down, and she says, "You look familiar."
Yeah, I get that a lot. There's a guy named Complex. He apparently performs comedy around here and stuff.
Oh,
He might be performing at the bar again tonight.
Oh my god, come up with a
Tomorrow night.
name.
A
Says-
name for a bar, X. I need a name for a bar, so I keep saying that bar for everyone.
I don't know if I want to use the one that I'll be using for a set piece later.
All right,
Just come up
let's
with
get into a
be
random-
like O'Malley's, O'Brien's.
Yeah.
Insert Irish bar name here.
Just it's Irish. Oh, you know what? I love the McKenny's. Been
There you
performing at McKenny's.
It says McKinney's, huh? Haven't been there in a while.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna be there tomorrow night. Now that I've told about 7 people, I'll be there.
You hear the horn blare from the MRAP as well. Again, she's like, God, fucking damn it.
So what are you guys doing here? Because clearly you were here before us, and
Well,
Lacey
one of the people-
wanted to.
she says one of the people that it's probably not that important. We'll get to the bottom of it later. I'm just kind of here to see the hubbub, you know. Let's go. The two of you start driving.
I'm
your two
I'm
vehicles.
gonna text Dez and say, hey, where's Lacey saying to go?
What do you mean?
Lacey apparently was. Well, where are we going? Does Lacey know where we're going?
No,
Does Homie know where we're going? What's going on?
Yeah, no. Hey, Jimbo, where are we going?
I'm gonna turn around and say, well, I wanted to go inside that police station, but that doesn't look like it's gonna happen. So where do we need to go? And I'm gonna look right at look at Lacey.
She says, "Well, I mean, not here, but I know somewhere that's like kind of cool to hang out. Like here, just keep going south on this street."
Okay, and I'm gonna start following her directions.
Okay. You see the MRAP turn off behind you as you guys are driving, and police escort followed by.
How many cars are escorting the MRAP? Like one in front, one in back.
Yeah, there's one in front, one in the back.
Okay.
As you guys continue driving along in the car, you guys are getting closer to the waterfront.
Okay.
Heading southbound. And Lacey is kind of being like, turn here, you know, okay, go right here, you know.
Okay.
And about 10 minutes later, as you guys are like down a bit later, Desmond, also, I'm going to need everybody to reset their perception rolls if they're going to do it. This is a new scene.
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome, easy. All right, 1. Let's see my negative. Ooh, bros. 5. So 5 minus my perception of 12.
Les 7.
Good old 7 perception.
7 perception? All right, well, sometimes you don't fucking roll great.
No, not all the time. I got a 1 on that first row, so it's kind of sucky.
Yeah.
Rolled a 13.
23.
All right, I got a 13. I'm sorry.
Gotcha. You got a total of 13. You got a total of 23? Oh,
That is
damn.
correct. Well,
All
Everything's
right.
going by
detection's
too
up,
fast. I'm all
Yeah.
distracted trying to text Z.
Okay. As you guys are driving along and heading down the street, you can see what looks like that group of Panzers are heading southbound too. They're actually running from the cops, and they have melee weapons brandished. Some of them are a bit bloody, and they're heading down the street. Arc
How can I assist you?
and Fuse.
I'm trying to get relaunched. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You can hear, so that's fine. You guys are sitting there and you watch the van take off, and Kyung says, "Man, I hope that Gaetano guy can find out if everything's going to be all right. I mean, on the surface, it sounds like these guys are okay, but that guy was a creep. Everything about him was weird. What do you think, Ark?"
My character shrugs. Well, apparently I'm not his most favorite type of people, so we might just learn that answer sooner than later. But Gaetano's going to do what Gaetano's going to do.
Hey, who are those people? You see a group of people jogging down the street in your direction.
Do I recognize any of them?
Not really particularly at the moment. There's one person in the group that sticks out quite a lot. Refer to Discord. One second. I'll drop the picture again. You see, he's with the group.
My character looks over. I don't know.
Hey, some of them are covered in blood. Should we see what's up with them?
Maybe they're running for the cops. Yeah, sure.
Haruna says, Akui, let's go.
Okay. Has she already packed up her?
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
You
I
see
need
her
to go
jack
take
out.
some aspirin.
Okay. You see her jack out, and she like follows in behind Ark and Kyung. See Kyung with her medic bag jog up first. She says, "Are you guys okay?" And you hear one of the guys bark out, "Fuck you want, woman."
Oh.
She's like, "Whoa," like shocked. "Hey, it looked like some of you were bleeding. We were just checking to see if you're all right."
This guy, oh, I guess I need to do my new perception roll as well.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and get that before I ask the question. Oh, that feels bad, man.
Feels bad, man.
That's an 11. Based on that perception roll, yuck. This guy, does he look like he is in any way wounded, or is he carrying any form of perceived weapon?
Yeah. You see a couple of them have like brass knuckles.
Okay.
One of them's got like a lead pipe, and one of them's got like a chain wrapped around his fist. The big guy is just barehanded. Kyung says, "Jeez, look, we're medics. We can help you guys out." The Panzers stop for a second. "We don't want your fucking help." Fucking nippers. Jesus Christ.
We. All right.
Haruna says, "Let's go."
Good luck, bud.
Man, he is staying on.
You see what looks like a semi truck at the end of the block, like turn on.
You guys want to see me 3v1 some guys?
Did you say a semi truck?
Yep, the semi truck comes online.
Is
at
it all
the
like
corner.
fucked up with like graffiti or anything, or got a bunch of
Yeah, there's probably a bunch of
Panzers
fucking
2x4s?
No,
or
it's not the
something?
AC2 turbos. You hear one of the guys in the group say, "Yeah, they're probably going to come down this way. Should we try and ambush them?" Yeah. You see the guy kind of looking around. You probably fucking take at least a couple of them. What the fuck are you guys still doing here? Get the fuck out of here.
I'm already walking away. You gonna catch me catching no hands.
You hear a vehicle coming down the street.
Fuck when he catches hands after he's chopped them off.
Where you're at, Jimbo and Dez and them, you guys are in the car, and you can see the Panzers shouting at a group of people. Jimbo, you recognize Ark and Kyung, and actually, I think you recognize most of them from your meetup. You see the headlights of a semi start also.
Ooh, those people look like they're in need of a fine Southern gentleman, and I'm gonna start angling my car over their way, and then I'm gonna pull the agent out of my pocket, and send a message to Casey, and say, "Looks like trouble. Be ready."
Okay. You get a hit back on your agent that says, "Gotcha." Over in your vehicle, you see Turner or Casey. She looks over at you, Complex, and she goes, "Hey, there might be trouble. I just want to let you know. You might want to." She kind of motions towards the door. As she says, "There might be trouble," you see what looks like an MRAP coming down the street towards the waterfront where you guys are at. And the semi lurches to life and drives down the road and crashes into the semi. Or, excuse me, crashes into the MRAP.
Yeah, the other way around.
Is this the same MRAP that we saw leaving the police station?
Yep.
I'll look
So it
right
just
at
got T-boned by a semi truck.
by a group of racist bikers.
I mean, not my problem.
Shouldn't we collect your friends and get the fuck out of here?
I don't.
You hear the Panzer guys fuse. You hear the Panzer guys like look back and they look kind of startled. They go, "Oh fuck yeah!" One of the guys says, "Let's go fuck us up some cops."
I'm gonna try to position myself not in between the Panzers and the MRAP, but in a position where I could squeeze them between the cops and myself, while also using my vehicle as cover.
I'm gonna actually put my phone away now and stop trying to schedule a gig with McKenny's.
And I'm also gonna reach into my jacket, pull the hammer back on my pistol.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, so we're fighting Panzers today. Okay.
Lacey
okay.
says, "Oh shit."
Okay, no, you stay right fucking here. And I pull out my weighted gloves, put them on, and pull out my pistol.
Through my drone link with the vehicle, I'm gonna set it up to where myself, Daphne, and Bez are able to get out of the car, but then it's gonna lock the interface, set the AC to on, and then lock the doors. Basically,
Pet
put
mode?
it into dog mode. Yeah.
What was the last thing you said? You said it to what?
Set it to pet mode, basically.
So Lacey gets locked in, and it's like
Oh,
everything
nice,
is on
okay.
Kenny's
With the
on-
AC rolling.
Okay.
She has
Awesome.
AC and plenty of snacks.
That's
Her
hilarious.
favorite
Yep.
music is playing. It is fine.
Daphne and Turner each get out of the car. You see Daphne is already heading towards the crash. The Panzers are heading towards the crash.
I'm gonna run around
Kyung
the
says,
front
sorry.
of the hood with my, I'm gonna keep my head over the hood, but I've got that pistol out in my hand now. Sorry, my allergies
Okay.
and everything just exploded all of a sudden.
I'm gonna switch to spot weakness, and essentially, I'm gonna do spot weakness and then do precision attack.
Okay. Kyung says, "Archangel, we gotta go help those people."
I would like to make a tactics check to see how the police may react to random unarmed civilians trying to help them.
All right. Go ahead.
I like to wet myself.
Sounds awesome.
According to my tactics, that is a 20.
What?
Nice. You got a lot of tactics there, bud.
Jesus.
4 tactics.
Whose man is
Oh,
this?
just a good roll, also. Anyways,
This man's was apparently, if you never listened to his backstory, you would know he was
Well-
trying to be on a medevac or whatever they're called. Crisis.
an attack like this. Sorry. An attack like this. The cops that are in the vehicle are going to attack wildly, or they're going to basically respond wildly to whatever input happens, because clearly this is an ambush. The cops in the cruiser behind might probably have a better assessment of the situation, but they're going to be worried about their their coworkers or colleagues. They're brothers in blue. So if you were in that car, you'd most likely be calling in Civil Air Patrol for backup, like ASAP, at the very least. So that's probably how it's going to start. But what happens after that? I mean, the plan goes to shit when, all of these other factors start piling up.
All right. With that information, which is kind of what I thought was going to happen, but thank you for the clarification. Next, my character is going to grab Kyung by the shoulder and say, what we are going to do is going to get in hard cover and as close as possible, and we are going to wait this out because we don't want to get shot. They don't know we're here to help.
She looks at you and nods. You've seen this look in her eyes. I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
You've seen this look in her eyes before where she looks positively scared, but suddenly the ER side of her, or I should say the paramedic side of her, takes over and she goes into work mode. And so you see her immediately snap from fear of the situation to its business mode. And she immediately starts getting out the supplies that, you would probably grab if you needed to triage immediately, and gets them prepped as you escort her into cover.
Just for funsies, can I make a paramedic role to basically just start dictating? It's all right, get out things for obviously GSWs, fucking lacerations, shit like that.
I think with the medicine skill, I don't think you need to roll. I think you already know all that stuff. So you just start directing her. Yeah. And she seems pretty happy to take this role. You know that you have this kind of student-teacher dynamic, which really kind of more describes what's going on between you and Kyung. She knows that you're actually a fucking doctor, and has basically some respect for you because of it. Haruna immediately starts following over behind Kyung and
I'm pushing
gets into cover. The Panzers start jogging down the street towards the cops. And you recognize the car that you saw earlier, as you guys get into cover, Haruna says, "Hey, Ark, isn't that the car of the guy that you met us in the parking lot with? What's he doing here?" You
Good
see,
question, accurate
Jimbo
assessment. I have no idea.
He's a Nazi. You're friends with Nazis?
You see Daphne, Casey, and Jimbo exiting their vehicles and walking towards the crash, jogging towards the crash, and they're pulling out weapons.
I'm gonna say to Daphne and Casey, this might be our chance to find out what's in that MRAP and see if Gabby's in there or not.
She nods.
I'm hopping out and moving back over to Dez because I'm assuming Dez is remaining by Jimbo's car.
Yeah, I'm genuinely contemplating getting on the ground and putting my hands behind my head. Cause
I don't think we're that close to the crash.
But you're right, we're not. But I also don't I'm not gonna go and actively get involved in whatever this is. If the fight comes to me, that's one thing, but I'm not actively seeking it. And when the cops start laying down the law, it's gonna be anybody that's standing up is gonna get fucked up. So,
are your perception rolls all accurate?
Yes.
Well, mine was 7 from when we started, so.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Spoon has not currently made a perception roll. Would you like me to?
You should probably set it for the scene.
Imagine not having your counters labeled correctly. Absolute puke.
I mean, I have mine labeled. What are you talking about? There's only one labeled perception, and then the other one doesn't label anything because I haven't put it up yet. It's going to be changing
10.
as we play.
Oh, is it?
Total of 10? Okay.
Yeah.
Hawk, you look over and you can see what looks like a blonde and pink-haired girl in the back of Jimbo's car, slapping the window and yelling at them.
Ark,
Trying to mess with the
Ark,
handle.
your friend has a little girl in the back of his car. It looks like she's in distress. Who are these people, Ark?
My character
I'm
looks
moving
at you.
over, like I
The
said,
fuck should I know?
All right, well, we gotta help this little girl. There's no way we can leave her trapped in there like that. Like, what is he doing to her? This is disgusting.
Is Jimbo within
So he's
shouting
a
range?
Nazi, and he's...
Yeah, they're in shouting range.
Okay.
You hear a couple
We
of
see them,
gunshots
right?
as the Panzers like basically surround the semi truck. Judging by the fact that nobody's gotten out of the semi truck, it might have been remote driven. Tough to tell.
We can still see Jimbo and his party, right? As we're standing or crouching behind some cover.
Yeah, you can kind of like look around and see them as they're like heading towards the vehicle. You also begin to hear submachine gun fire from back where the other cars are parked.
As soon as the Panzers open fire, I'm going to start looking for the best cover that I can find.
The Panzers actually look a little worried when they hear the submachine gun fire. You see them all like duck like a little bit and start looking around.
I'll look at
Okay,
Casey
with
and say,
my-
do you know where that's coming from?
With my tactics check for the scene, can I basically be like shouting over like everything and be like, Jimbo, you fucking idiot! What are you doing here? Get to that fucking traffic light over there. It has better cover than that fucking cinder block from where the bullets are coming from.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna look and see where he's pointing and run over there.
Casey says, "Oh shit, what's going on here?" And she like goes and like gets into cover. You see what look like two black sedans as you like look past at what she's pointing at. Have rolled up. People have gotten out of the backs of the vehicles and started like hosing down the cops or the two patrol cars with submachine
shit.
gun fire.
Oh Jesus, no! This is exactly what I was trying to avoid.
I'm gonna remote interface into my car and try to get it over to a side alley.
Okay.
Wait,
The,
that's our cover. What are you doing?
Right? No, it's fine. Just like let it happen, and we'll be like, oh no.
The car starts moving out, and you guys who are like behind the car, like see it start rolling. You see Lacey comes over to your side of the vehicle and starts slapping on that one, like, "Hey!" You can hear through the car's window.
I'm gonna get through and speak through the speaker and say, Lacey, just keep calm. But they're hosing the hosing the cops out here with bullet hoses. I'm gonna get you to safety.
As Des and Complex,
so you
like,
see, she looks back.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, and basically,
No, go ahead.
as Des and Complex are having, I don't even think I've paused
Now
like
standing in the
ID'd.
open with our dicks in the
Uh-huh.
wind.
Yeah, it's basically like
I
I'm basically my
imagine we were,
character
like,
with my
crouching
tactics
behind
20s,
the
basically like
car.
shouting like, "Get out of the open, you fucking idiots! Get over there!"
This wasn't the open 2 seconds ago.
I'm like running to cover while being like, who the fuck's
Following
that
Dev.
guy?
Who the fuck is that guy?
You see the Panzers. The Panzers actually are starting to back away from the semi, having heard the SMG rounds, and that makes them turn around and they notice Jimbo and all the rest of you guys out on the street, and they start like heading towards your direction, back down towards the southbound towards the street.
Do I have time? Do I have to rush it to get the car to safety?
No, you're getting the car like off out of like the immediate line of fire,
Okay.
and as long as you're not like driving it, like trying to do any like
Right, no, it's basically
any
I wanna
difficult
put it into,
driving.
like autonomous mode to get it out of basically the drive-by area.
Yeah, you slink it down a alleyway.
Okay, and then I'm
But
gonna pop the cylinders out of my gun, give them a spin to make sure all six slots are loaded with ammo. Throw it back in, and then I'm gonna look at Dez and Complex and give them the wink and go, "This is where it gets fun, boys."
It's a miracle that guy's still alive.
This is not fun at all. I don't know what he's talking about.
This guy,
This is not my
he's clearly not from the city.
And then
No,
I'm gonna,
clearly.
and then I'm gonna fist bump Casey and say, whatever happens, I'm glad that you're my friend.
She nods.
And then I'm
Oh my
gonna
god, he's even doing the cliche movie thing where they talk about how they love each other before they die. Oh my god.
How are we gonna bash this window open once he's dead? Do you think the car will just automatically unlock?
I don't know. Maybe we'll figure it out. We'll figure that out part later.
Daphne pulls out.
Let's just get the cover. Let's just get our heads down.
Oh no.
Daphne pulls out a set of goggles and fits them onto her head. You can hear like a slight whine as they turn on.
I'm gonna look at her and hold my fist out, like a fist bump.
She reaches over and fist bumps you.
Okay. And I'm
She
gonna
says,
give her my special wink, the one that she knows, like it's the love wink.
Do we let the shitheads through? You see the Panzer's like passing you guys.
And I'm gonna look at her and go, I don't think so. I think those guys need to not walk off this street.
She says, "Have it your way." Turner, you gonna head over and check on the vehicle? Turner says, "Yeah, I'm on it." You see her start jogging past the Panzers. One of the Panzers looks over at Casey and is like, "Damn."
Casey can handle herself.
You hear a few
Figured
more
as shit.
gunshots.
I'm gonna shout out to the Panzers. What the fuck are you guys doing here?
You see one of the Panzers say, "Nothing. We're just having some fun."
Having fun wrecking.
Are you guys brandishing weapons right now? Do you have guns like out and like?
I have
aren't
it out and in
held?
my hand, but let's just say it's kind of tucked maybe behind my leg.
Okay.
Like if you really look, you could probably tell that I've got a gun in my hand, but I'm not trying to make it too terribly obvious either.
Okay. Says, just having some fun with the cops, you know? It's,
Ain't nobody ever just has fun with the cops. What is it y'all really up to?
hey, nothing, man. We don't want any trouble.
Is there anything in that semi?
Are trying to walk past you towards the, down the street, which is also taking them closer over to, your Asian friends.
Okay, and how
Isn't
close are
that-
they? But how
Huh?
close are they to me?
How could you have Oh, that's mean, Hawk. You resent calling him your friend? That's, wow.
I said what I said.
Yeah, but how close are they to me?
They're like in the middle of the street, you're on the curb.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna start to slowly like amble my way over there and be like, hey guys, I've got a car, it's got hidden compartments. If y'all were trying to steal something in the back of that truck, I might be able to run it for you.
Really? See one of them stop.
Yeah, and
You
I'm gonna
see
just,
the big guy turn around and says, "Hey, look at this." He points towards Complex, and then you see one of the other Panzers says, "Hey, look at that." And he points towards the group of like Asian kids behind the hiding behind like some cover. You see let's see. You see Ark, who's your doctor.
Yep.
Is there. And the group of people that he came to hang out with. And
the
the guy
Asian
who's talking
kids,
to you
they're not
says-
my friends.
the guy who's talking to you says, maybe some other time. You got info?
I got a little.
Send me your details.
Okay, and then I'm gonna keep getting closer and closer to him. With my free hand, I'm gonna pull the agent out of my pocket.
Okay. You see him pull his agent out?
Okay, and then whenever I get like how close am I now?
You're probably about maybe 10 feet from him. So like a little over 3 meters.
Okay.
He's got his agent out.
Okay,
He
and,
says, he looks down at your shirt and your car. He says, who you run for?
oh, I'm a Jodes man.
You're a He stops. And you see one of the other guys stop. Oh. The guy says, huh. You see him like slowly put his agent back in his pocket. Jode's man, huh? Well, until next time, brother.
And then,
He puts his hands up and starts like stepping away from you.
I'm gonna look at it and say, what's going on, friend? Why the change in demeanor?
Says, look, our trouble was with the cops tonight. We'll be seeing you though.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna ask him what his name is.
He says, my name is Fuck You.
Fuck you. Could you spell it?
That with 2 Ks?
It's a good name.
He begins spelling Fuck You, and you see the big Panzer walk up and put his hand on his shoulder. Let's go. You see him interpose himself between the smaller guy. The obviously armored, sibed-out Panzer now starts looking at you.
I'm gonna
You
look
smell
at
like Jode trash to me.
I'm gonna look at him and go, you smell like ozone and disappointment, sir.
How do you think this is going to go down?
Well, I don't know, but I'm sure he's gonna go down first, and I'm gonna point at the small friend behind him.
All right, I'm going to need you to make a face down with me.
Oh,
Ooh, I've been wanting to see how this works.
don't fail, Sid. Don't fail. Don't fail. Don't fail. Don't fail. Don't fail.
Or do.
Or do
You
it.
know,
You do whatever you
yeah,
want, dude.
but
I'm
Either
not.
way,
see
it's
what happens.
educational for the rest of us.
That's right.
Okay, how does face down work?
I'm trying to find the.
All
quick,
right. It's probably on the board over here.
Yeah, there's a quick board on it somewhere. I gotta find it though.
I think it's actually D10 plus
Ah,
your...
here it is. Found it. Bottom right. Bottom right. Center. Underneath reputation.
Oh,
Ooh,
cool.
this
Plus
middle map is
reputation.
covering it up. Yeah.
Oh, let me shrink that. I'll change its state.
Who's the GM around here?
Yeah, I'll make it
That's, not,
fuck
that's
you.
not the state you were looking for. Ah, there we go. That's better.
Yeah.
All right, let's have a look.
Oh, that's where the what clothes you're wearing comes in, because
Yep.
that's rep.
So you currently have a reputation of 0.
That's cool.
Um,
Plus a 1d10.
Yep, it's going to be cool plus 1d10 plus if you have any bonuses from your clothing.
Which I don't.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend
Yeah.
2 points of luck
Okay. I'm going
to
to...
buff my roll.
Ooh.
8 plus 2 is 10, plus my cool.
Did that not...
6.
Hold on, did that not roll for you guys?
I didn't
guess-
see
I didn't
anything.
see it. I didn't
Okay,
see
that's...
it, but that's
okay,
good.
that's weird. Okay, hold on. That was a 7. Hold on, I'm going to roll it. But if it didn't show it, I don't want you guys to think that I'm fucking being a dick. 5. Okay. What's your total?
16.
16. Let's see.
Nearly as cool as me.
You said 16 is your total?
16.
I'm sorry, enunciate that more.
16.
1-6.
16. Gotcha, 1
Yeah,
6.
1 6.
All right. Yeah, it was getting lost in the mic and the music. Anyways. Okay, you beat him by 1. He has a total of 7 bonus plus his roll and his stats. So it comes up to 8 plus 7, 15. You have won the face down. He looks at you and your gun and looks at Daphne. He says, "Let's get the fuck out of here, boys."
And I'm gonna look at him and go, "Toodles, friend."
You see him like visibly cowed, like turn away from you and take his panzers and start like heading away from the area. Good job. You just saved the fucking, well, stopped the combat.
Thanks for
Well,
nothing.
this
Sid.
one,
I was looking forward to running across the street and getting shot, dude.
And then I'm gonna look at Daphne and say, "Okay, now we need to go check on those cops and whoever those dudes that were hosing them."
Okay, you can still hear like a little bit of gunfire. It's
Are they
mostly
in
died down though.
Are they in the cleanup phase now, where it's like wounded cops?
You're
are
not
getting
entirely sure. What is everyone else doing?
All right, so after
Powering
finding
in
new
here.
cover,
Yeah, after finding new cover.
You see the exchange between Jimbo and the Panzers, and you see the Panzers like jogging down the street away from you guys.
I'm just gonna peek up from my cover, looking around, like. So which way did the car go?
I mean, I figured we were still near the car. I figured we were just like in
Yeah, I
the
mean
alley.
it's just down the alley. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, we would have just backed into the alley then with it.
Right. Exactly. So we're just like peeking out from the alley into the area where all the hubbub is going on.
You know, look out. I'm going back at Dez. Yo, he's still alive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was no gunshots, and I didn't hear much screaming other than, well, I mean, all the other screaming and gun.
Yeah, I'm
fire.
surprised. Hey, do you see the
Kyung
cops,
says,
though?
sorry to interrupt. Kyung says, "Holy shit, Ark, your friend Jimbo's a badass."
Yes, so.
You guys can continue.
All right, so are the cops still there?
I peek out and try to get a glimpse of the scene.
Okay. You see the sides of some black sedans. They look expensive.
All right, so we got 2 corpo cars.
Uh-huh. How many corpos?
How many suits do I make out?
Can't really see from here. Semi and the MRAP in the middle of the street, fucked up, are kind of blocking. You'd have to get closer.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be like, I guess let's go take a look.
All right, can I, like, use stealth to kind of just stay low and move closer to see if we can get a better look?
Sure.
Don't fail me now. 8. And what is my stealth again? Oh, here it is. 8. So 8 and 8, 16.
16? All right. You start slinking your way up the street.
It's 19 on mine.
19? All right. Cool. Across the street from you, like directly across the street from you, you can see what's your notice? Let's
23.
see. Perception 23. You notice a dude from your dojo across the street, like ducked down behind some cover.
I like get a little bit closer on my stealth and like squint.
Yeah, for sure. Like, no mistake. You've seen him before. You're pretty sure his name is Akoi.
Hey. Actually, no. I'm not gonna do that from stealth. That's a really
But yo,
Yeah, that's not a
Buck,
good idea.
no. So I'll when I think it's clear, I'm gonna try to move as quickly as I can over to where he is.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
sticking with them. I don't want him to get too far away. Just
Yeah,
trying to
and
stay
then I
together
go and
here.
like slide into the cover.
Okay, it's getting cramped behind this, probably a car that you guys are behind or something. You see that there's a couple of Asian girls and what looks like, well, describe yourself, Ark.
Ark is a Caucasian gentleman with a bunch of really strange, almost ponytail dreads, just like kind of bound up behind his head. His shirt is a very dark kind of generic hexagonal pattern. He also has a fairly bulky jacket that looks like it has, what was it? Oh yeah, integrated air conditioning. And he also has a set of...
Said nice.
And his pants are constantly shifting between yellow, blue, and teal. They're color
That
shifting
is
pants.
obnoxious. I'm look at his pants and goes, those are the most obnoxious pair of pants I've seen in a long time.
You're fucking welcome.
So I don't even know why you're uncovered. Like everybody would obviously see this from a mile away.
Not everyone
Yeah,
plans
so,
to get into gunfights.
Yes.
You're sitting there watching Jimbo, and suddenly somebody, like, is right up on you.
Reactionary swing.
Okay,
Nice.
go ahead and make a hand-to-hand roll. Using martial arts?
Yes.
Okay.
So that is a big fat 17.
Okay, Desmond?
Okay, so that's just evasion, right?
Evasion.
Yep, it's going to be evasion. You
Okay,
can
and
block with martial arts if you want.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna block with martial arts.
Ain't no mercy in this dojo.
Break his fucking legs.
That's 20 on my block.
So 17 versus 20, right?
Yeah.
Your evasion must be nuts.
No, that
Well,
was
he said I
martial
could block
arts.
with
He
martial
blocked.
arts
Then why have evasion?
because I think
Because
it makes you
not
take
everybody has evasion, or not everybody has martial arts.
it. Well, and also I made this before we knew that you could do both.
Yeah.
Question
So-
mark. What do you mean do both? That's the purpose of having the skill of evasion is to dodge melee.
Yes, it is
I'm
to
confused.
dodge. It is not to block. For
So we have
instance,
a
if you
new-
use a katana and he uses boxing to try and block it, you're going to cut his fucking arm off. He has to use evasion if he doesn't want to get hit by the weapon. You see?
Okay, so we have a rule change that I was not aware of. Okay. All right. That's fine. I am now caught up.
Just for the sake of argument, just think of it as a style thing right now. It's just he's blocking with martial arts instead of evading for combat because it's meant to be cool.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's not
that
a
cool
style.
little-
It's an actual
like he-
stat, so it's not a style. But it's fine.
Just-
I
right.
didn't understand this was a thing,
No, it's fine.
do-
Actually, you know what?
which
I
is
can-
fine. I'm going to utilize that very often.
I expected you to, honestly. I mean, that's why, like,
Screw evasion 2 for going martial arts in this go.
yeah, I mean, but there's some things that you can't evade, like with some, or excuse me, you can't block. Like if someone throws acid in your face,
Oh, yeah,
like
you
you can't
can't
block
evade-
that.
You can't block bullets.
Yeah, you can't block bullets. I mean, well, you can't evade bullets until you have high enough fucking reflexes, anyways. But
Yeah.
which is higher than 8 in my game. Again, that's house rule stuff. But I allow blocking with martial arts in places that it makes sense. So now that you know, yes, you can absolutely parry people's attacks with your katana or whatever weapon you want to use, since you have a weapon-based martial art.
Y'all about to get schooled, I'm just saying.
Nice.
But when he comes in with what do you try and hit me? Do you just like punch me or try to
A
punch me
fist.
or yeah?
Yeah, full out fist, dog.
Okay. Yeah. So I like stonewall real quick and I'm like, ooh, good swing.
You recognize Desmond from your gym.
What are you doing sneaking up on us? Dude, they're literally fighting right in front of us. I literally could have judo chopped you and knocked you unconscious.
That's literally why we did it. Is because I don't want to be shot at either.
Yeah, normally
But
your
what are
friends
you
don't just
doing
punch
here?
you in the face without warning first.
Usually your friends don't sneak up on you when there's some dude shooting at each other 15 feet away.
You hear someone
All right.
start screaming. Daphne starts jogging towards where Casey went around the vehicle.
I'm gonna follow Daphne.
Okay. It doesn't
Hey.
sound like female screaming, but
Sound like a dude.
Oh.
Okay. Well, now I gotta
Oh.
get to the bottom of this. Are you guys okay?
Yeah, we're good here. Just not stepping out there getting shot, and I'm definitely not putting Haruna out there to get shot.
All right. Cool.
All right,
Stay-
well, nice to meet you, buddy.
Yep. I was like, stay tight, and I like.
Wait,
like,
where are you all
leap over-
going?
I leap over the car, and
What
like
y'all
start
doing?
moving.
Wait, I'm going with him. I'm gonna leap over the car too and follow.
Complex and, or I should say, Desmond and his friend, I don't think you guys have met just quite yet, hop over the vehicle and start heading towards Jimbo and Daphne.
I'm trying to stay on like near the semi, right? That like plowed into the car. Like I'm trying to like stay close to it for at least some amount of cover.
Okay.
I'm just gonna ready
Ark
my
or any
pistol,
of the rest
finally.
of you doing anything? Before I do something here?
Nope. Just waiting for this to die down. And...
Still observing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Getting my pistol out just in case shit gets really bad now.
Yep.
Daphne goes around the front of the semi, and as you're about to go around the front of the semi, you see Daphne come back around the front of the semi with her hand out, like she's like, back.
Daphne, what is it?
You step back and you see Turner come around the front of the semi, and she's got Gabrielle Cross in her arms.
Does she look hurt?
Yeah, she looks fucked up from the crash. She's bleeding. You're not really sure the extent of the damage. She looks barely conscious.
I'm gonna shout, Doc, and then
you see another woman who actually looks kind of familiar to you. You think you've seen her before. You see her following behind Gabrielle, and she's fucked up too. As they round the corner, you hear another spray of gunshots, and you see a couple rounds hit into the woman that looks familiar to you. And you see her buckle at the knees and fall to the front of the semi. Daphne goes, "Fuck!"
shit.
And she reaches down and goes to move her.
Careful, Daphne, and then I'm gonna shout, Doc near at Archangel.
At
A
the
hit from
intonation
a
of Doc.
suicide driver a couple of years ago comes on the radio of the semi.
At the intonation of Doc, my character will poke his head out, and I assume I see most of this.
Yeah, you're watching all of it as it goes down.
Shit! My character starts breaking from cover. He looks pointedly at Kyung. Stay low.
Okay,
And then he starts
you
sprinting
grab
over.
her stuff. Okay.
My character is going to tell the same thing to Haruna, and I'm going to say, I'm going to make sure this idiot doesn't actually get himself killed. Please stay here. Don't go out there.
Okay,
I'm just
I'll
gonna-
stay here. Hold on.
Yeah.
She pulls out her cyber deck, and you can see her beginning to jack in as you jump over the car.
Plug it into my butt. Hurry. I'm kidding. I'm jumping over the car.
She plugs it into your butt as you jump over the car.
I feel the energy.
She's not
You
really
had-
controlling you.
He finds out you have colon cancer.
You are
guys-
now
I don't know
one
how-
with the internet.
I don't know how weeby you guys are. Did you ever watch Naruto? Not Shippuden, but the original.
Uh-huh.
And
I've
Unfortunately.
seen a couple episodes.
Have you ever seen the episode of the Puppet Masters?
Mhm,
No.
Yep.
Vaguely?
I haven't
Yeah.
seen enough of it
Yeah.
to know.
There you go.
I know what you mean. I know what's happening now.
So
It gets better in
for,
Shippuden, though.
just for context, puppet masters use their chakra to control actual puppets, like you would puppets with strings.
Okay.
They use chakra to control these puppets or
Marionettes.
these weapons of
Marionettes.
war. Yeah. So
Okay.
I was making a reference, she plugs into my butt and then suddenly I'm being controlled and I have exceptional power.
There you go.
Not really. All right, go
Phenomenal
ahead.
cosmic power.
damn it.
Itty bitty leaving space.
I'm gonna
I'm glad we took this detour.
while I'm waiting for Ark to show up at our position, I'm gonna tell Casey where my car is. Say you take Gabby to the car with the Doc. See if we can't get her stabilized.
She nods. You can hear gurgling from the woman who's on the ground. Daphne's kind of dragging her back behind the semi.
Daphne, do you know who this woman is? She looks familiar.
Yeah, that's Erica Goodwin. She's a Reuters
I-
journalist.
Can I, as they pull her into cover, can I just perform first aid to stop the bleeding right now?
Yes, you can. But we're going to get to that next session because it is now
Oh,
time to be done.
I wanted to search inside the truck, the cab.
I wanted to shoot a corpo in the face, but
Well, we got to do what I wanted to do, which was get the whole gang together. So I'm pleased with that.
I was
Yeah,
really close to doming one of those Panzer guys.
You were, dude. Good job on that rep roll.
Well, even before that, that's why I was walking forward, and then I was
know
gonna
you wanted some blood.
I was gonna pull the pistol up and put it right to his temple and say, "Pray to your God, motherfucker," and then pull the trigger.
All right.
All right, I'm done.
Okay,
It's no longer
guys.
fun when a third person joins in. It's not fun anymore.
Did are you sure you need to go to bed? You sure you need to go to work tomorrow?
I
You're
do.
positive.
I get up.
Like you actually need to eat.
I get up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
and I have to be
Oh.
on the
You sure you
road
need
at
that roof
6.
over your head?
Why can't you just be
Yeah,
homeless like the rest of us?
God damn.
All right.
Damn, boy.
I'm really mad that I
Hey,
could actually
hey.
Judy shop.
All right, so right
Wait.
down next, I'm performing first aid on the girl that's bleeding out on the floor that no one else seems to have any concern of trying to stop the bleeding.
I'm running there. It'll take me a week to get there, but I'm running there.
It's gonna take a week to get there, but he'll get there.
I really
Uh,
wanted to judo chop Phoenix. Just give him the old blap.
Speaking of things that are a week
I
too
mean,
late, wait a minute. Dante rolled a
I
1,
like
didn't
it.
he?
I like it though.
Oh, bro.
I like the interaction of the block.
Thanks.
I like the interaction of the block. It's like, good try. Maybe next time.
I mean, if you would have got me, I would have been like, all right, like that's just the price we're playing. Like, so be it.
Let's see. Just out of curiosity.
In my head, it just sounded like he kind of like just snuck up fucking behind Hawk's character, and there's just like
yeah.
the panic haymaker.
Fine.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I would have just blapped him with.
Oh, the damage.
Mhm.
9.
All right, so let's see. I have skin weave a 7.
Ooh.
Martial arts ignores half that.
Yep.
Hmm?
So
When'd you get skin weave? Oh yeah.
Rounding
what,
up, by the way.
character creation.
Yeah, you got
So-
character creation.
Yeah.
So
So
I
you,
ignore 4.
okay.
9, 8, 7.
Oh, but that's right. I drop. I still drop some for my body, right?
3, so 9. So
Nope.
I'd hit you for 6 points of damage.
You are not in the Philly shell.
Mm.
You don't have. There is no BTM in this game.
Oh, that's right. There's no BTM. Yep. So it just would have been straight 6 damage.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Pretty neat. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. All right, Sid, get out of here, you idiot.
All right.
Good night, buddy.
It's fun.
XP for the session.
Oh yeah,
or-
yeah, yeah. Okay. So let's see. I'm gonna give you guys 3 this session.
Yuck.
That's general experience that you can use on anything.
I hate IP, dude.
Okay, Hawk gets -5 IP. I'm gonna need you to find some skills to refund.